Hello and welcome in live to the 4A State Championship game. It's the Erie Tigers versus the Chatfield Chargers here on the Erie Tiger Network, and welcome in live to the Jen McGurk broadcast booth. So glad you could join us here today for this one. Man, we are just so thrilled to bring you this game live from Empower Field. Brandon Bird, Alex Dotson here with you. We'll be joined in a minute or two by Blake Donaldson. He is our sideline reporter here today. Well, Alex, the lower bowl starting to fill up with Erie fans. The tension's in the air. This has the feelings of a big-time game, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, just looking at all of the Erie fans, all the people of Erie that just came out to support their Tigers today, it's really impressive. I've been in some impressive college atmospheres and some impressive NFL atmospheres, and this is right up there with it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling so excited for this game. I'm feeling pumped. I could run out on the field and go play a couple downs for the Tigers right now, but even on the Chatfield side as well, so many fans came out to support their team. It's really a great thing to see. I'm loving every minute of this.
Well, if you know anything about the Chatfield, I assume you're on the Erie Tiger Network, you know a lot about the Erie Tigers. The Chatfield Chargers, they're led by Jake Marshall. He'll get most of the snaps. He's rushed for over 1,700 yards this year. He's a huge threat here for this Charger team.
For sure. Just looking at their offensive scheme, I mean, you could almost call it some type of power read option, It just focuses on a lot of run, utilizing his size and his ability just to absolutely run down your throat and really take advantage of the team as a whole, or of the defense as a whole. And honestly, as they run out here in the field, you can tell that they're pumped up for this game. I'm sure he is so excited and ready to take on this Tigers defense, and I have no question the Tigers will be prepared for his running ability.
All right, well, we are going to talk about some keys to the game here real quick. Tell you what, well, if we can get this graphic up there. Can we get it? I think we can. Well, let's try this. All right, keys to the game. Number one, have fun and play football. This is still just a football game, is it not? Easy to get tight, easy to get nervous, want to over-execute. You got to find a way to have fun and relax.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we were just talking about the environment. That can add a little bit to the nerves as well, especially in knowing that this is a state title game. But ultimately, we're playing the game of football, man. You just got to come out and you just got to enjoy yourself out here. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And although you hope to come back here next season, all the juniors and underclassmen from this point forward, but if you're a senior, man, enjoy it. This has got to be your favorite game of the year.
All right, so the Tigers, if you can hear that in the background, we have a little bit of crowd noise mixed in today. They have just come out onto the field. They're all hyped up. Second key, you got to stop the run. That's easier said than done. But if the Tigers, the bottom line, if they stop the run, they win today.
Absolutely. The whole entire Chatfield offense is predicated on that focus on that running ability. And like you said, Brandon, just got to stop that running ability, or you just got to stop the run. And if you're the Tigers, you can control that running ability and control the clock on your side. You've got this game in the bag.
All right, and the final one, don't let off the gas. This Chatfield team, their last two playoff games, they are teams that they were beat by earlier in the season. They came back and, they beat them. Both of them, both come from behind wins. You can't let off the gas if you get ahead.
Absolutely not. And that's why the running game has become so crucial towards the last half of this game, is that you got to make sure you control the clock and make sure they can't come back in this game, because they'll get they might get a score or two, but you just got to make sure you limit their ability.
All right, we are listening in. We want to stay live for the national anthem because Erie Tigers' own starting offensive guard Logan Gilmore is going to sing it.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare
that was Logan Gilmore. I got to tell you, Alex, I know some of it's nerves. Get a little emotional after that. That was brought to you by Gilmore Voice Studio. Hey, the proof's in the pudding with Gilmore Voice Studio. 13 all-state choir students, including Logan Gilmore, who just sang the national anthem. We are going to go live down onto the field. We'll make sure his mic is on to our very own Blake Donaldson. Blake, what is the atmosphere on the field like right now?
Thank you, Brandon. You know, I'm sitting down here, and during warm-ups, it's the calm before the storm. As soon as those players walked out, it got loud. These players were rocking and rolling. Everybody was stomping their feet. Everybody was clapping their hands. All these fans are just ready to go. I'm very excited. Players are very excited. I couldn't imagine watching.
You were breaking up there a little bit there at the end, Blake, but thank you for checking in with us. We will check in with you periodically throughout the game. The captains are out on the field for the Tigers. It's Ryan McConnell, Caleb Thiesen, Jalen Klickna, and John Pastore, your 4 captains for today's game. Well, Alex, we've talked pretty much about everything there is to talk about in the pregame. The coin toss is up, and Erie has won the toss and elected to defer, which is what I would do. So
For sure.
Tell you what, it's a fun ride. We're going to take one more time out. When we come back, we'll have kickoff here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Everybody for showing up for every single game and just supporting us every day, every Friday. Thank you for tuning into the Erie Tiger Network. It means a lot to us that you show up for every game.
Thanks for following the journey with us on ETN and then supporting the football boys through their season.
Thank you for watching the ETN. Congratulations on making the state championship, and go Tigers!
Thank you for supporting the football team, and a huge shout out to the Erie Tiger Network for broadcasting all of the games.
I'd like to take a second to thank all the fans for coming out, supporting all the games, showing a lot of love. I also like to give a big thanks to ETN for broadcasting all the games and helping out with the media. Thank you guys.
I just want to thank all the fans for continuous support throughout the season, and ETN and Mr. Bird for everything that you do for us. Thank you.
Go.
Thank you for all your support and coming out to all our games. We really appreciate it.
I'm Coach Wuching. I appreciate the support this season, and thank you for watching the Erie Tiger Network.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Here we go. The Tigers are set to kick it off from the 40-yard line. They will be going left to right on your radio dial. They're wearing their black jerseys with the orange crowns, black pants. Chatfield Chargers, they're wearing white helmets, white jerseys, black pants with red numbers. The Chargers come in today, 3 losses on the year. The Tigers undefeated, unblemished so far this season. And if you're an Erie Tiger fan, you hope it stays that way here today. As, Dom DeTavio set to kick off, and guess what? He had the best kick in his career. He was the 9 News Preps Player of the Week for his perfectly executed onside kick. And we're just ready to get this one underway here. Waiting for the officials to blow it live. They're backing off. Tigers in their usual little tight set formation, and no, there's no Sean Thomas Francisco here on the near side hanging out on the field. Ready for a little surprise on side. If you're Chatfield, you got to be checking the sideline for that, I think, today. Dom holding up his hand. Tigers ready to rock and roll here. They will back out of that little onside look, and now Dom will drop deep to kick this one off in the normal way. Dom, the right-footed kicker, will step into this one from the 40, and we are underway here in the 4A state championship, and that one will go into the end zone for a touchback, and the Chargers will start 1st and 10 from the 20. Well, a little bit of a change here today. John Karanko expected to start at nose tackle here for the Tigers. The Tigers have an infirmary list of injuries today. Caden Lettuce will be available, but he was sick earlier in the week. Gage Nichols banged up, Blake Barnett banged up, Trey Kana, CJ Reeves all banged up. Of course, you're without Andrew Nazarenas, Jackson Clancy, Cave Meredith, so many key Tiger players, but they have still found a way to scratch and claw. And so here we go. First set here. Marshall is in the shotgun. He'll send a man in motion, fakes it, keeps it himself over the right side, tacks back to his left, breaks a tackle and takes a big hit, but after a gain of 8 yards between the hashes.
That's going to be a lot of what you see today. It's that straightforward running that Erie's just got to be ready for. I mean, they might throw it occasionally here and there, but that's the majority of their offense, man. That's their bread and butter. So you just got to be prepared and ready for it.
8-yard pickup there for Marshall on first down. Ball spotted between the hashes. They had to rehash the field because high school hashes wider than NFL hashes, and the goalposts are new as well. In the shotgun here is Marshall. He'll take it. He runs power sweep to his right. Tigers stack him up near the line of scrimmage. Had to get to the 30. Stopped at the 29. Only picked up a yard. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Much better pursuit in that play and much better job by the Tigers of clogging up those running lanes.
Marshall will come out quickly to the line of scrimmage again in the shotgun here for the Chargers. He is flanked there by Mason Lowe. Marshall will give it to Lowe. No, it was up the middle. I missed that. I'll have to check on the replay. I don't know who the heck had that one, but a first down for the Chargers as they cross the 30 out to about the 32-yard line.
If that doesn't show the deception that Chatfield has as a team, I don't know what does. You didn't even see where the ball went until the ball was already right up the middle, and they already gained 3 yards.
It was run by number 58, Sam Ayers, and he was the up man. He was kind of hiding behind the line of scrimmage. It was like a little direct snap to him. Now a pitch out here on the near side, and getting 10 yards and more across the 40, the 42-yard line, and finally slung down to the turf is the ball carrier on the play. That time it was Brock Narva, the freshman, and a little about 13-yard pickup there. Chatfield will come out, ball spotted on the far hash. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line, their own 47. Marshall takes the snap. He'll run it over the left side, a little bit of a hole, and he'll squeeze it forward ahead for 3. Man, he's still chopping the whole pile moving forward for the Chargers, and they just kept pushing Jake Marshall forward. He ended up picking up 5 yards on that carry.
Chatfield's coming out with some tempo right now. You gotta adjust if you're Erie's defense. You gotta be ready for it. You know they're running the ball. There might be some misdirection with where they're sending motion guys and whether or not the quarterback's getting the ball, if a halfback's getting the ball, if a motion guy's getting the ball. You just got to be ready for it. And at this point, you just got to make sure you're defending up and clogging up all the holes so that way they don't get any easy running lanes.
Tight set here for the Chargers. They're really stacking it in close. Ayers is kind of close to that center. Erie's almost jumped offside. Now Marshall will reset the play from the shotgun. It's going to be a direct snap to a different player, little handoff reversal, misdirection, and coming back across the grain that time was Mason Lowe. That's good enough for a first down. Needed about 5, got about 7, and I think they watched the film. They watched how much that misdirection kind of got to the Erie Tigers, and they're throwing all kinds of misdirection at Erie right now. Now Marshall will come out 1st and 10. Ball spot the Erie 41. Direct snap to Marshall. Runs over the right side, and that time the Tigers diagnose well. And Marshall only able to pound it forward for a gain of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 9. Best stop of the day so far for the Tiger defense.
Definitely more of a straightforward run on that play, and it was a little bit easier to diagnose where that play was going. But if you're Erie, man, you got to be watching. You got to be making sure you're paying attention to the guy that's getting the snap, whether you call him a quarterback or not. You got to be making sure you're paying attention to him and watching where he's motioning the ball.
By the way, Carter Moak is out there for the Tigers. He's playing on a torn ACL. Here goes a little reverse. Moak shoots into, or that was Malik, shoots into the backfield. Lassos the running back and gets him for a 3-yard loss.
Fantastic. Great job of diagnosing the play, watching where the running back was going. I mean, you see him coming out to the outside out here, and just a great tackle on the outside. That'll work in any level that you play in. You just got to go for those. You got to go for his legs and make sure you take him out and just lay him out flat.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 12 here for the Chargers. Kind of in 4-down territory here. Marshall will come out in the shotgun. No, this will actually be their throwing quarterback, Jake Jones. He'll fake get it. Marshall will get the direct snap over the left side into the Tiger D-line. He gains the 3 yards that they just lost back, but that'll bring up 4th and 9.
Trying to utilize that misdirection once again, bringing in the throwing quarterback. I thought that's what they would do today, is utilize that quarterback and making Erie think that maybe they were going to go out and throw the ball. But excellent job of trying to set up that misdirection there. But Erie did a great job of diagnosing the play.
So 4th and 9 here for the Chargers. I think they're going to keep their offense out here. Nose of the football right at the 40. Ball spotted at the far hash. No score here. 7:40 remaining in the first quarter. In the shotgun here is Jones. Jones calling out the hard count. He's got 3 wide to the far side, 1 down, split here to the near side. He'll take the snap, and he will actually punt this. And this one will float, lands at the 1, into the end zone for a Tiger touchback. So the Tigers, they force a punt the opening possession, and now the Erie offense will come out. And on 4th and 9, I think that was a smart decision. Had the alignment, could have downed it just a little bit too far on the punt.
For sure, and that's kind of the give and take, is when you don't have a set up punt formation on that kind of play, you're kind of throwing caution to the wind with the punter, and or with maybe your quarterback, whoever's punting back there, making sure that he punts the ball and gets it close to the goal line. But you couldn't ask for more from the Tigers defense on that drive.
Barnett in the shotgun on 1st and 10, takes a snap, throws the out route and overshoots his intended target. That was Aiden Oxiger that was trying to run the out pattern from the slot, and so first play is an incomplete pass there from Barnett. Tigers quickly to the line of scrimmage here. Tiger band playing in the background. 2 wideouts split to each side. Barnett here in the shotgun. He's flanked by Thiesen. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Thiesen on the little sweep. Good penetration here by Chatfield. Thiesen trying to go back across the grain, and that's going to be a 2-yard loss by Caleb Thiesen. That is one of the Tigers' best plays, is that little power sweep, and the Chargers shot in. They were ready for that. And a little bit predictable. You threw the incomplete pass. You kind of knew you wanted to go to what's worked for you all year that time. So 3rd down and 12 here for the Tigers. Trips to the near side of the field. 1 wide out up top. Barnett is in the shotgun. Barnett takes the snap. He's going to roll the pocket to his right. Looks downfield, has a man on the post. It's Nichols. He makes the catch, and he's hit down to the turf. Actually, was that Jalen Klickna on the catch? We are way up here, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Caden Lettuce.
And we think it was 8, maybe it was 9. Caden Lettuce made the huge catch for the Tigers, a gain of 26 yards on the pass play. We weren't sure if Caden was going to get to play in this game. He's healthy, he's out there. 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Huge 3rd down pickup. Barnett takes the shotgun snap. He'll throw the little out route to Oxiger. Breaks 1 tackle across the 50. Tiptoes, sidesteps a defender. Finally spilled down at the 46 in Charger territory. An 8-yard pickup there for Barnett and Oxiger.
Tigers going with some, they got some momentum here. They're going with some tempo, trying to keep the Chargers on their toes. And come on, it's a state title game. You gotta play, even if you're a little banged up. You're wanting to be out there, and you wanted to give it all for this team.
Yeah, you see Carter Moak out there. I mean, he's been gone because he tore his ACL. He was out for the year. He got a doctor to sign off, say he could play. 2nd and 2 here for the Tigers. There's the keeper by Barnett up the middle. Spins through a tackle, still on his feet across the 35. Rumbling across the 30, and finally tripped up as he crossed the 29-yard line. A pickup there of 15 yards for Barnett on the run.
I think we were a little concerned after the first 2 plays that maybe the Tigers didn't quite have some momentum going after the defensive stop. I think all questions have been answered there. They are rolling right now.
All right, Barnett will come out, kind of a pistol look. Thiesen flanking him to his right. Ball spotted between the hatch at the 29. Little delay to Thiesen, runs it, follows his blockers, and pushes out over the back of a Tiger across the 25 down to the 24. Little 5-yard pickup that time for Caleb.
Good solid gain on that play, and that's all you need on 1st downs is those 3, 4, 5-yard carries. They can really eat up a defense, and they can set you up in a much better position on 2nd and 3rd down.
2nd and 5 here for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the 24 in Charger territory near the near hash. On the near side is Trips. Barnett hands off. Thiesen trying to run patiently, and he got walloped in the backfield. A loss of 1 for Caleb, and a pretty good tackle there that time, just kind of shooting the gap for the Chargers was Cade Thomas, the junior middle linebacker.
And that's why that first down gain is so critical. I mean, now it sets up, it has a much more manageable 3rd down and 5 as opposed to, who knows, a 3rd down and 10 or 11.
So 3rd and, about 6 here for the Tigers. They got to get it to the 19. Ball spotted at the 25. 2 wide out to each side. Barnett, the hard clap, almost got the Chargers to jump. He'll hand it off. No, he'll keep it on the read option. Has one man to beat. Stiffs armed him to the ground. Barnett stretches it. He's going to be about a yard short. Needed 5. Got 4. It was a good tackle in open field. Barnett had to shake one defender and couldn't quite elude the second. That'll bring up 4th and 1 here for the Tigers. So already our first huge play of the day. Barnett under center. That's the sneak look. He will sneak it around the left side, and he has running room across the 15, the 10, and finally spilled out as he crosses the 5 down to the 3-yard line. They only needed 1, and Barnett got 18.
Love the call. Love him going for him 4th down. Capitalize on this momentum. Capitalize on what you have going right now, and utilize your best strength. So using the quarterback run, it's what's worked so far this drive. Keep it rolling.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Barnett hands off to Thiesen, cuts to the right. He punches it into the end zone, and the Tigers take the lead here with 3:55 remaining in the first quarter of the 4A state championship game.
Perfect execution. Exactly what you needed on that very first play. Just get a run right up the middle. Pound it right up. Take their power and use it right up against them and just blow right up the middle.
So the Tigers just drive it down the field, had to pick up a couple key down and distances, and now they're out for the extra point. Klickna will shift everyone into the extra point. Caleb Harner, your extra point kicker here for the Tigers. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is wayward to the right. Shanked it. Little bit of pressure. He pushed it out right. And it'll be 6-0 after the missed extra point. 3:55 remaining. We'll take a quick timeout here on the ETN.
Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. We're live from the Gen Realty broadcast booth. Tigers about ready to kick this one off. After the kickoff, we'll go quickly down to Blake Donaldson on the sideline, but a 6-0 lead for Erie. Gen Realty, be sure to check out Gen Realty online at genrealty.com as the Tigers set to kick this one off, and they'll do the little dummy onside that they've done all year. And I tell you what, I always thought it was a little bit dumb, not after last week, Alex.
You never know when it's going to pay off.
Oh, my goodness. It paid off in a huge way. And Dom will send this one deep. And with the adrenaline pumping, he'll send it 8 yards deep into the end zone. And the Chargers will take over 1st and 10 from the 20. But let's check in with Donaldson on what's going on down there on the sidelines.
Yeah, as soon as Erie, Caleb Thiesen, the senior running back, was able to get into that end zone, you saw the entire sideline. They just took a deep breath. They know they're getting things rolling, getting into this thing. And this crowd, as soon as he got in that end zone, they were rocking louder than I've ever heard bands before, honestly. You know, pregame, I thought they were loud. They stepped it up another notch. So back up to you, Brandon.
All right, thank you, Blake. Blake Donaldson checking in as our sideline reporter. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Ball between the hashes here. Marshall in the shotgun. He'll fake the little reverse action. He's got some pressure. He will actually throw it, and he throws it behind the receiver. And so Jake Marshall, who did not throw the ball very much this year, has come out. And in fact, you look, Jake Marshall, 6 attempted passes, even though he gets every snap. That is during the, that's all games, all 13. You know, you're already getting Chatfield out of what they do a little bit.
Exactly, and capitalizing on that momentum and utilizing some more pressure here will definitely continue to throw off Chatfield here.
All right, so 2nd and 10 here for the Chargers. Marshall takes the snap, does the spin play, goes up the middle, and the Tigers diagnose, and they get the tackle, and it's Carter Moak with a torn ACL, and he was jumping around. I'll tell you what, he didn't look slow at all.
That is unbelievable.
And we'll have to double check with Blake down there if that number 47 is indeed Carter Moak or if it's John Karanko. So 3rd down and 11 after the 1-yard loss by Jake Marshall. Karanko is supposed to start at nose guard. We knew that Moak might play a little bit here today. 3rd and 11. Chargers backed up here at the 19. Ball between the hashes, too wide to the far side. There's the snap. Jones drops back to pass, being flushed, pirouettes, now trying to avoid pressure. Cowgill in his face. He's going to throw it off his back foot and out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th and 11, and the Tiger D-line was bringing the pressure that time, Alex.
This is exactly what you want if you're You've got all the momentum on offense. You had a fantastic drive this last time out. You stopped them on their initial drive, and now you're forcing them another 3 and out again. I'll tell you what, if the Tigers can keep this momentum going, we may not know what's going to happen with this game, but man, the Tigers are playing well.
6-0. Tigers lead it. 2:56 remaining here in this contest. As Chatfield ready to punt this one. Punter standing on his own 5. High snap, gathers it though, sends a low one. This is going to bounce across the Erie 50, and Kana's going to back it up, and it will be down at the Erie 48. So great field position here. This is how you draw it up. The other team gets the ball, you get a stop, you get a score, and another stop, and the Tigers have an opportunity to really seize momentum here.
Absolutely. This is your moment right now. If you really want to showcase that you really want this championship, which I know for a fact Erie does, you score on this drive. You don't just score a field goal. You score that touchdown. You drive right down their throats.
So ball spot at the near hash at the 48. Barnett in the shotgun. It's Thiesen flanking him. He'll send Klickna in motion. Fakes it to Klickna, gives it to Thiesen on the sweep, cuts up, makes a man miss, still on his feet across the 40, he's into the open field, makes another man miss across the 30, down to the 25-yard line. A 27-yard pickup for Caleb Thiesen. Some tough running, ran through some arm tackles there.
Fantastic that he was able to maintain his balance while he was running down the field. You saw him get nearly tripped up after he got a solid probably 4 or 5 yard gain, but he kept his balance and turned a more smaller gain into probably a 20-yard gain on that play.
Now Kana in at running back here for the Tigers. Barnett claps his hands, takes a snap, runs it to his left, little power run, lowers the shoulder and tries to punch it across the line of scrimmage. Not much room. I think he maybe got to the 24. And well, it'll depend on the mark. The official saying still at the 25, so no gain on the play that time for Barnett.
Even on runs like that, it's crucial that you do that down to set the tone of physicality.
Barnett in the shotgun, ball spotted far hash, trips to the near side. He'll take his snap, looking, fires the deep route. It's off the hands, back, bubbles into Gage Nichols' hands. It went off his chest, off the defender's helmet, back into Nichols' hands. He pulls it in for the 25-yard touchdown, and the Tigers are on top by 2 scores.
Man, it just must be the Tigers' day or something. There is not many times you see it go off of the receiver's hands, back off the defender's helmet that was guarding him, right back into his own hands. I mean, look at that, right off of his own helmet. That's like right in his hands, but, oh man, that's amazing.
Literally went off a Charger helmet, and now the Tigers with 1:46 left, they lead it by 2 scores, and Gage Nichols, the senior, who's playing through some knee problems, scores the touchdown here for the Tigers. It was a great pass by Blake. Hit Nichols in the chest, and he dropped the first one. He made amends on the second attempt.
You can't give up those second opportunities, I'll tell you what.
And a delay of game on Erie. And right now their special teams on the extra point struggling here a little bit. A missed extra point and now a delay of game.
It's the nerves, man. It's a big game, but I'll tell you what. If the offense keeps rolling like this, you may not even need the special teams.
By the way, if you're watching the FHS, just pause our stream for a little bit, and you can sync it up There's the snap, the kick is up, and it is right between the pipes. 13-0, 146, a pristine start here for the Tigers on the Erie Tiger Network.
Thank you to all the fans and everybody for showing up for every single game and just supporting us every day, every Friday. Thank you for tuning into the Erie Tiger Network. It means a lot to us that you show up for every game.
Thanks.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Tigers lead it 13-0 in the first quarter, 1:46 remaining. And now if you are Chatfield, this is almost a must-score situation here. All the momentum on Erie's side. Dom will send this one. This might be returnable, taken at the 4. Blockers on the way, big hole there. Chatfield in the open field, and the returner, I believe that was Narva, the freshman, out across to the 39, and a good return for Chatfield, and they'll have decent field position here on their third possession of the game. Well, the Tigers, they stopped Chatfield once they crossed midfield, and then they went 3 and out defensively here. Let's see what they have cooked up. We've already seen a lot of different things from Chatfield. We've seen a Jake Marshall throw. We've seen a lot of misdirection here. This Tiger defense took them a second, but they figured things out a little bit.
For sure. It was that initial misdirection, right? And you just got to make sure that you're calm, you're collected, and that you're just focusing on the play at hand.
All right, Marshall in the shotgun. They've got that close man. Marshall that's actually Mason Lowe following blockers on the right side sweep, and Lowe just kind of picking his way through the defense. Good blocking, 11 yards all the way out to midfield.
See, that's what you need if you're Chatfield right now, is you just need those calm, consistent runs. Maybe not first downs every single play, but you need to take a breath, relax. It's still not out of reach yet. You're still in this game. You just got to focus on what you can do what you do well on offense, and just start grinding the ball. 1st and
10 now for the Chargers. Marshall in the shotgun. One wide out split here to the near side. They'll run a man in motion. There's the fake. Marshall runs it over the right side. Waits, has a decent hole. Got to the second level and then just kind of fell forward. That's what he's done every time so far. Continues to fall forward, and he picks up 7 yards on a first down run.
Physical runner, man. It's going to be kind of difficult to get him down. That initial tackle is not going to be the one that gets him. It might be the 3rd, 4th, 5th tackle. And that's what Erie's done well in the first 2 drives, is they were able to limit his production by clogging up those holes and making sure there's 3 or 4 guys tackling him at once.
So 2nd and 4 here for the Chargers. That tight little set again. Ayers will get that little up snap, and they'll just grind for it. It's almost like a QB sneak with the wing back almost directly behind the center, and that gained great yards that time. Sam Ayers, I felt that one coming. I called him before the snap even happened. You could just kind of sense it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of somewhat of a short yardage situation on that play, and it's effective. I mean, they should be utilizing that a lot. If I'm Chatfield, that gets you solid yards every single time.
Well, it is 13 seconds left. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Marshall catches it over the right side. Big hole into the secondary, being dragged down by Kana and twisted down at the 20. A 16-yard pickup there for Jake Marshall, and Chatfield, they needed an answer, and that's what they're doing right now. They'll have it 1st and 10, nose of the football at the 20, but that will end the first quarter, and at the end of 1, Erie leads Chatfield 13-0. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Alex Dotson here with you. Let's real quick, before this first down play, check in with Blake Donaldson.
Thank you, Brandon. So far this game, both fans have been really engaged into it. They're both getting loud. They're both cheering on their teams on defense and offense, so that these fans are really trying to support their players and get them going with some adrenaline. The question at hand right now is, can this Erie defense stop that misdirection? Back to you.
All right, thank you, Blake. 1st and 10 snap. Marshall fakes the handoff, and then he gets pelted. But a decent gain there on 1st down, and that'll pick up about 4.
I'll tell you what, if you're Chatfield right now, this is what you want coming out of the half. You went down by a couple scores. You kind of started off a little slow, but now you're getting into a rhythm. Now you're getting into what you do well as an offense, and this is about as well as Chatfield could have responded after those 2 initial scores by Erie.
All right, 2nd down play. Marshall no, it's the little keeper. You never see it, the wingman, and Ayers punches it in. Man, he's just sneaky, hiding back there. They keep snapping it to him. It keeps working. And a touchdown for Chatfield, 11:25 left. And that one is a 16-yard score. And you can't see him. It's a well-designed play.
It's almost like a fumble-rooski at this point. Like you can't even see the ball snapped to him. It's almost like a little pitch underneath the center's legs to the up back.
So in the second quarter here with 11:25 left, that kick is up and it is good. And so it is 13-6. And folks, one of the things we talked about, this Charger team, they don't care if they're down. They have come back on teams all season long, including in these playoffs. And we're just watching our monitor up here, and we just untouched was Ayers right up the middle. The Tigers had all that eye candy to look at in the backfield, and they got sucked into that.
And that's such a hard play to diagnose if you're a defensive player as well, because you're watching different receivers or different running backs motion across. You're watching the quarterback. You're trying to make sure of that. And the next thing you know, the one guy that you expect to be up blocking is running right past you for a 13-yard touchdown score.
All right, so Chatfield coming out. We've switched sides here to start this second quarter, and 11:25 remaining. Erie leads Chatfield 13-7. They'll kick things off here from the 40-yard line. And set to kick this one off is Jack Weber, the junior place kicker. And he'll step into this one, a line driving kick. It will be fielded by Erie. It's Ryan McConnell from the 1. Ryan tacking to his right, a little bit of a hole, still on his feet, and he's cut down hard as he crosses the 26-yard line. And they'll mark him down at the 30. And if you're Ryan McConnell, he's calling for a sub here. He'll need to come out for a second. That's your starting center, folks, and middle linebacker.
Wow. But it was a pretty solid run from him right there. That's exactly what you needed for Erie right now. And if you look at this like a boxing match, like Erie took the first couple blows and maybe won the first couple rounds, but Chatfield just won another round and took a round from you. So how will Erie respond in this next round?
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the 30. Barnett takes a snap, looking, fires the out route or out of the backfield to Thiesen, and Thiesen made one man miss, couldn't make the second miss, and tripped up after about a 4-yard pickup there from Barnett to Thiesen, and Thiesen over 300 yards receiving on the season. 11 minutes remaining in this first half. 2nd and 6. Ball is spotted on the 34. Trips to the far side of the field. The ball is spotted at the far hash. Barnett claps his hands, gets the snap, hands it off. Thiesen up the middle, trying to churn the legs, and he will pick up about 3 yards on the carry. He's got 35 so far in this one, and that'll bring up 3rd and short.
And that's what you need from Erie, just these short little gains that allow you to make 3rd down a lot more manageable.
So here we go, 3rd and 3 here for the Tigers. Barnett, and we're going to have a false start, and this will back Erie up. And tell you what, a little bit of crowd noise, not always used to how loud it is. There's just more fans than you've ever played in front of. And I think that one got to Erie a little bit.
For sure, and if you're the offense, take a breather. You're in this game. You're still winning. They might have taken that drive down for a touchdown, but your defense has done a good job so far. Trust them. trust your game plan coming into this, and just keep doing what you've been doing so far, and you'll have success.
3rd and 8. 2 wideouts stacked to each side. Barnett takes a snap. Here comes the Charger blitz. Barnett throws off his back foot. He has Nichols over the middle. He's got first down yardage across the 40, and he gets twisted down at the 45-yard line. Important pickup there of 18 for the Tigers from Barnett to Nichols. That's Nichols' 2nd catch of the game. And a fresh set of downs for the Tigers. That's a huge 3rd down pickup for Erie.
And an excellent route by Nichols.
9:37 remaining here in the quarter. Barnett in the shotgun again. Ball spotted far hash at the 45. 2 wideouts to the top side. High snap. He juggles it. He'll take it down and run it himself. Has a blocker across the 50. Still on his feet. Breaks a tackle. Twists out of bounds inside Charger territory down to the 48. Made lemonade out of lemons right there with that snap.
I tell you what, in those type of plays, you kind of just take what you can get at that point. And you know what? If I'm Erie, I'm taking a 7-yard gain on first down on a near bobbled snap.
13-7, Erie on top, 9:22 remaining. Ball spotted at the near hash at the Charger 48. Tigers in Charger territory. 3rd possession, 3rd time they've been into Charger territory. Trips to the top side of the formation. It's Kana with Barnett this time. They're showing blitz. Barnett fakes the screen, now rolls, throws it back across the middle. It's intercepted. Here come the Chargers back the other way across the Tigers, or across their own 40. Still on his feet is Lowe. Reverses field across midfield, across the Erie 40. Being tracked down, can't be tackled across the 30, and finally gets dumped deep into Tiger territory at the 23-yard line. The Tigers tried to run that little slant off the fake screen, and it was read by the middle safety. He stepped up, picked it off, and a huge return deep into Tiger territory.
And if you're Chatfield, that's exactly what you want. That's exactly the kind of turnover momentum game that you need. Erie, the defense has got to respond here. You just let up a 13-yard touchdown on your back end, and your offense just turned the ball over. Now is the time to respond if you're Erie's defense.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 22. If you remember back to that Palmer Ridge State Championship, Palmer Ridge went up 2 scores. Erie came back and got 2 scores back-to-back before Palmer Ridge exploded out and Erie never scored again. Chatfield trying to do the same thing, answer back with 2 scores here after Erie's up 2 scores. 1st and 10. It is that little snap to Ayers again, and this time the Tiger defense tries to adjust at least a little bit. It's still about a 3-yard gain, and on first down, that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Erie's defense is definitely playing a little bit more, with a little bit more perception, a little more caution now for that particular play, but look for Chatfield to start utilizing some other plays and using that as a fake in order to draw the Tigers in to clog the defensive middle while running maybe more to the outside.
2nd down and 7 here for Chatfield. Ball on the Erie 19, spotted the far hash, a tight formation, a heavy set. Now Chatfield runs a receiver on really late. That'll actually give the Tigers a chance to sub if they want. They won't. There's the snap. Marshall hesitates at the hole, trying to run it across and runs into a wall of black jerseys. Good movement by the pile, though. Ends up picking 2 yards maybe for Marshall on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
I could see this being 4th down territory for Chatfield. I mean, you just got a huge turnover. You've got the momentum going for you. So if you're Erie, you're not necessarily looking for a play that's going to go for the end zone here, but you might be looking for one that gets close to the sticks. So just be looking for another run here, right? Maybe right up the middle, and then looking for a 4th down stop here.
3rd down and 5 at the 17. 7:44 remaining in the first half. Marshall, the hard count. Tigers don't jump, and a timeout coming from Chatfield. Chatfield has the ball deep in Erie territory. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network, after that quick timeout. 3rd and 5 for the Chargers, 7:37 remaining. Erie leads it 13-7. But a good drive by Erie was nullified by an interception, a huge play for Chatfield. They've been opportunistic like that all year. Marshall gets the snap, fakes the handoff, runs up the middle into a wall of black jerseys. He'll lean it forward, a gain of a couple, but that'll be short of the sticks by about 3 yards. They need to get it to the 12. They're right at the 15, and that'll bring up 4th down and 3, and the Chargers are quickly to the line of scrimmage here. Tigers trying to sort out their defense. Tight set here for Chatfield. They've got a slot on the far side. It's Marshall in the shotgun. Huge moment here in this game. There's the snap. Little fake reverse. Narva has it toward the first down marker. It'll depend on the spot, and they'll say he leaned it just across the marker. That was pretty close. Needed about 3, got 4 was Brock Narva, the freshman, and that'll be a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 from the 11.
Just what Chatfield needed. It's using that misdirection again. Maybe Erie was thinking that they were going to do that halfback or that halfback mid fullback dive again, but just got to run to the outside and just picked up enough.
1st and 10 now for the Chargers. Ball spotted at the far hash on the 11. 6:40 remaining here. Tigers on top. There's the little up man snap again, and it again finds Pater. Sam Ayers, 11-yard touchdown run. He has 2 of those here today, and right now that little sneaky direct snap is just giving the Tigers fits.
It's tough. I mean, having seen that myself, that's a lot of misdirection, a lot of things to keep your eyes on there. But if you're Erie at that point, that's your most dangerous threat.
Chatfield a chance to take the lead here on the extra point. The kicker here is Andre Haddad. The kick is up, and it is good, but there is a flag, and I think Haddad got taken out by a Tiger, and we're going to see a roughing the kicker and a kick deep in toward Tiger territory here. Let's get the official look here.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, number 18.
It was roughing the kicker, and it will be enforced on the kickoff. That was Sean Thomas Francisco recovered the onside kick. And so a lead for Chatfield. Man, it did not feel like that's how the game was going to go after the first couple, but that's how these state championship games go. We've already seen that once. In fact, Erie, when they won the state championship in 1997, they came down from a 2-score lead. They came down from a 2-score lead last time, but they got blown out. You hope for the Tigers. Well, they're not doing the comeback this time. They're trying to avoid the comeback. You're hoping they can be the Palmer Ridge in this scenario.
Oh, for sure. This is a crucial drive if you're Erie right now, especially if you're wanting to make sure you can gain back that momentum that you had going on. You were playing great. You had a 3 and out. You're able to drive down twice to score touchdowns. Chatfield's come back and has punched you in the mouth. Now, how is Erie's response going to be?
So the kickoff will be at the Erie 45. I'm a huge proponent of this is a must onside kick to me. I've yet to see it, and I don't know why. We'll see what Chatfield does here. And nope, they'll just send it through the back of the end zone. And Alex, explain that to me. Why wouldn't you onside kick it? Worst case scenario, you give up field position on the 28 instead of the 20?
In my eyes, that's seen as more of a confidence in your defense. That's seen to me as saying, hey, we're telling Erie that you have to drive down on us. And after creating the turnover last time, maybe Erie's feeling the jitters a little bit. Who knows? But Chatfield's trusting their defense for sure.
Alex, run for political office. Blake Barnett in the shotgun. He's got double wide receiver stacked to each side. Takes the snap, hands it off. Thiesen, and there hasn't been much running room so far for the Tigers. The strength of this defense for Chatfield is their D-line, and they snuff out Thiesen's run after a gain of 1 right up the gut.
I think continuing what Erie was doing earlier, doing these short little passes, these out routes, that was getting Erie lots of yards on 1st and 2nd down. Let's see if they go back to doing that.
They actually gave him 2. Barnett again, same formation from the 22. Quick little out route to Oxiger. You called it, and Oxiger gets cut down. He's dragging a defender, and now here comes the cavalry. Oxiger was trying to drag a defender. It seemed like an eternity, and he is just shy of the sticks on the little out route. a pickup there on 3rd and 8 of about 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 3.
You got to be careful in that kind of play, too. That's a really easy play to get hurt on when you're just tied up like that. You just got to make sure you get down.
3rd down here for the Tigers. Barnett takes the snap. He's going to run it himself up the middle. Has the first down yardage. Breaks a tackle. Steps through another one into the open field across the 50 and slung down as he crosses the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Nice pickup there for the Tigers.
And a fantastic response by their offense. This is why if you're Erie, this is why you come out and you just keep pushing as hard as you can right now.
29 yards on the Blake Barnett run, and that'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers on the Chatfield 43. 5:17 remaining. Erie trails Chatfield 13-14. It's been a good one here so far. Barnett in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it. Thiesen has a hole, breaks through the line, down the sidelines, the 20, the 10, he scores! Caleb Thiesen, bam! From 43 yards, and the Tigers are back on top.
And now, all of a sudden, that decision to not onside kick on that one, it's coming back to maybe bite them a little bit, but that was just an excellent run. He tiptoed down the sideline, made sure he stayed in play. Excellent play by the Tigers offense.
And so the Tigers on to kick the extra point here. I guess they're saying it's a little bit too early to go for 2. Take the points when you can. Harner the kicker. Klickna the holder. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it is good. And the Tigers lead it 20-14. 4:58 remaining. And, well, it's been an interesting game so far, a little bit of back and forth.
For sure, and what more could you ask for in a state championship game? Blowing out a team may be fun for the one team, but it's not so much fun for the other team. And these back and forth scoring matches are always more entertaining to watch. Maybe not for the coaches' sake, but if you're a fan right now, you are loving every minute of this.
So the Tigers will kick off here. And let's see, while we have a moment, maybe we can, I see Blake down there walking behind the Tiger bench. Blake, you got anything for us?
In contact with former head coach Chad.
And we're sorry, Blake, we can't hear you. You're breaking up real bad. Why don't you actually talk into the walkie-talkie for us?
So I was able to get in with former head coach Chad Cooper, just asking him what this means for the community and him being the former head football.
Oh, we lost you there. Well, we had Blake, and he keeps going out. Not sure what happened there. We actually heard him pretty good on the walkie-talkie and then lost him. We'll catch back up with him later in this one as that kick is sent end over end and through the back of the end zone for Dom. So a 20-14 lead here. Your Chatfield, it's been an interesting offensive game so far. You came out, you drove it decently, then you got stopped and punted, then you went 3 and out, then you drove down the field and scored, and then you got great field position and scored again. So it'll be interesting to see how the defense recounters here for Erie.
I think you're literally watching, as we're watching right now, them adjust to Erie's game plan defensively. That they've noticed that they've been struggling a little bit with that underneath fullback dive on these motions across the field. That's maybe confusing the Erie defense a little bit. If you're Chatfield, you're adjusting live as the game's going, making sure that you're prepared for anything that the Tigers throw out for you defensively.
All right, Marshall will come out. He'll fake it to everyone, keeps it himself. Oh, he has room. He stuttered in the hole. He's off to the races. He's being tracked down. He has one man to beat, and he is dragged down. I think that was either C.J. Reeves or Hall, but a huge gain there. And Marshall a little bit slow to get up, but, man, what a huge gain there on first down. 53 yards on the carry there by Marshall. He had not had a run over 10 yards today. Now he's got 96. Actually, they shortened that one up a little from where I thought it was. It's going to be 49 yards on the carry.
And just got the edge on him. That's crucial, especially with a running quarterback. You got to make sure that if you're the defense, you maintain edge.
John Karanko in there at nose guard for the Tigers. There's the snap, little reverse there to Narva, squirts through a hole, and then He is spilled out across, but an 11-yard pickup there for Narva. The misdirection given Erie fits again, just like it did last week against Montrose. The book is out on this Tiger defense right now, and they just got to stay disciplined.
And at this point, if you're Erie, you can't feel very threatened by the throw right now. And they've thrown it once this game, but it was incomplete. The quarterback, or if you want to even call him a quarterback, doesn't feel very confident in his throws. You gotta look up for the run if you're Erie.
So the first down play, it's that little snap up the middle, and again, it's the little, you called it Fumbarooski. That's essentially what it is. It's another 8-yard pickup there for Ayers.
And I think the Tigers just aren't getting that good of penetration up the middle. I mean, look at that wall they're creating, just pushing and making a solid push right up the middle. I mean, going back to the old days of when Larry Gartrell was coaching here, I mean, we had heavy run sets like that we would just wall it off and make runs right up the middle, and Chatfield's doing the same right now.
2nd and 2 for the Chargers. Ball spotted between the hashes, 3:44 remaining. Erie leads it 20-14. There's the snap. Lowe takes it on the power sweep to his left, and the Tigers do a much better job initially, but just kind of breaking through tackles and then pushing across the first down line was Lowe. He gets it up to the 10, needed to get to the 11. The Tigers had him initially stopped, and then he figured out a way to get it across the down marker.
But that's a good sign if you're the Erie defense. The way that the exterior of their defense was able to limit the extra yards after contact was a fantastic job by the corners on the outside.
1st and goal from the 10, 3:22 remaining here in the quarter. It's that little line formation that Michigan did. You had 11 in a single file line like it's kindergarten. Now Marshall in the shotgun. He'll get the snap. He fakes it, runs it to his right, twists inside the 5, still on his feet, and finally pushed back as he got to the 4. And so a 6-yard gain there for Marshall on 1st down.
If you're Erie, you just got to stop. You got to stop chewing up these big games. Now is the point you've been playing a bend, not break defense so far. You've been able to. There's been some big runs, some big plays, but you've stopped them short. So now, if you're Erie, this is where you sell out to stop the run. This is where you make your stand and you put your exclamation point, your underline underneath this game to show that you care about this game. You care about winning.
2nd and 4. 2nd and goal from the 4 here. Ayers close to the under center. They will snap it to Marshall. Goes left side, has the hole, pushes it into the end zone, and Jake Marshall scores from 4 yards out, and Chatfield ties it up here. They can take the lead with the extra point. First touchdown of the day for Jake Marshall.
That is some tough physical running by Chatfield. I mean, their offensive line is doing a great job putting blocks down the field, and like their other running backs and other players that are back there in the backfield blocking are making great blocks downfield makes it easy for the running back.
So Chatfield on to take the lead here with the extra point. Snap is good, holds up. It was almost blocked, actually, and another roughing the kicker. Tigers cannot do that. They've done that a couple times here, and it was Sean Thomas again, I think.
The extra point is good. Personal foul. Roughing the kicker, number 18. 15 yards before kickoff.
Tiger fans, I don't know what they're booing about because you can't take out the kicker, and Sean Thomas trying to block it now.
The second player.
I actually don't think that was on Sean Thomas. We're looking at it. He did land. No, he rolled into the back of the legs there. Tigers getting a little bit too hasty. They trail at 21-20, 2:24 remaining, and Chatfield will kick off again. And again, you got to watch the onside kick here, Alex.
Oh, for sure. And now it becomes even more crucial with about 2 minutes left, or about a little over 2 minutes left in this game, or left in this first half. Chatfield's going to do something to make sure they maintain control because they know full well that Erie's going to receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, that is a huge factor in this game. If you are Erie and you can score before the end of the half and get the ball back, that could really change things. They will step into this one, and again, I'm scratching my head up here, but thankfully so. Let's just give it back to Erie. Thank you.
We'll take it. If you're Erie, you're like, you know what? That's fine. You want to trust in your defense? We'll trust in our offense, and we'll drive right down the field.
We've got a shootout going in this one. It's 21-20. Erie on top with Chatfield on top with 2:24 remaining in the first half of play. Barnett in the shotgun. Ball between the hashes, stacked wide receivers to each side. They'll throw the little screen to Nichols out on the right side. He makes the catch and then gets tracked down as he stretched it out near the sideline up to the 25. Little 5-yard pickup on the screen pass there to Gage Nichols.
And on this particular drive, now it becomes more, maybe not necessarily a sense of urgency, but now it becomes cool, calm, and collected. Hey, let's run down this clock. Let's make sure we don't give the ball back to Chatfield. But at the same time, it's almost necessary that we score this drive.
Second and 5 here for Barnett. Ball spot at the far hash, trips to the near side. Barnett will pass, looking, now being flushed from the pocket, shoves a man aside, rolling to his right, throws on the run, through the mitts of Lettuce and incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5.
That was it was an interesting play design for sure. I mean, it's good to get your quarterback out and moving like this. And that was honestly a great throw down the field, looking for
Lettuce.
Looking for Lettuce down the field. And it was a great throw just right through his hands.
3rd down and 5 here. Another big moment in this game. Dual wide out to the near side. Ball spotted on the far hash at the 25. They'll send Clickton in motion. Barnett will roll the pocket to his right, throws a screen back to his left, and he just misfired. It was set up well there for Thiesen, and Barnett threw it too far to the inside, and Thiesen tried to one-hand corral it in, and it fell to the turf incomplete.
Oh, it was such a great play design as well. They had blockers downfield. I mean, there was an opening right out to the outside. If it wasn't maybe not a touchdown, but it might have been a solid gain. So unfortunately, the Tigers couldn't complete on that one.
Yeah, that was set up to go a long way and just couldn't execute it. Now Harner will punt. He's standing on his own 11. The snap is low. He has to pick it up. He's in trouble. He throws it into the air. It's picked up by Chatfield at the 10. Oh, boy, Tigers. What are you doing there? And actually, they're going to call an incomplete pass. So in some ways, that's good. I don't know how it's not intentional grounding. And they will throw. There's the flag. Intentional grounding. And now a Chatfield player is down when he was trying to recover the loose ball. And I'm trying to get a look at this and slowly getting up. Well, that's that's Ayers that is slow to get up. Sam Ayers, the one who has had 2 touchdowns. Disaster for the Tigers. And that's one of those state championship nerves. We haven't seen that bad a snap all year. And that was low. It bounced into Caleb. Caleb, we saw him nervy on the first extra point and couldn't pick that one off the turf, then just threw it up. Reminded me of Michigan against Michigan State a couple years ago.
And if you're Erie fans or if you're Michigan fans, this scenario, that brings up some bad memories. But if you're Erie now, I mean, that's probably not the way you want it. You had it drawn up, but if you're the Erie defense now, you have to be the one that's responding.
So first and goal here for Chatfield. 1:58 remaining, and now Chatfield can score before the half. And we'll say this, if you score quick, we've seen Erie score. Man, this game is a seesaw. Here comes I'll call it the kindergarten lunch line play. They line up single file. Now they'll spread out. Marshall in the shotgun here. They got a new man in there on that little wing back area, and Coach Geiger wants a timeout. That man is unrostered on our roster up here. At least it looked like number 44 for Chatfield. We don't have a 44.
No, we do not.
So no idea who that is. Maybe we'll have to check the official CHSA game program. If you want to go to the CHSA Now website, Alex, and see if maybe it's there. But 1:58 left here in the first half of play. The Tigers went out to a 13-0 lead. Chatfield came back, took the lead 14-13. Erie scored, then Chatfield scored right back, and now Erie, after a botched punt snap, the first time they were stopped all day, and Chatfield continues to be opportunistic. That is what got them here today. In fact, last week they fumbled, or they scored before the end of the half. They scored coming out of the half. Dakota Ridge fumbled. They got it back. They scored again. That was in the quarterfinal game. All right, I'm a little bit mixed up, but you get the point. They're opportunistic. 1st and 7 here after the timeout. There's the little snap up the middle, and It's going to be stopped a yard short of the line to gain. And again, that little, it's hard to describe, folks. The wing back is almost lined up at the depth the quarterback under center would be, but he's off just a little bit. And the center holds the ball on his butt, and he just picks it up and runs it forward.
It's almost like an under hit between his legs pitch. It is just, it's hard to describe. I don't know how to describe it other than calling it a fumble rooski. And if you're Erie right now, I think it's a great call calling the timeout here. Just giving them the opportunity to just take a breather, take a moment to collect yourself. And now's the point. If you're probably one of the coaches, you're yelling at them, hey, we got to focus on stopping this mid-run. They have been gashing us all game so far. So we need you guys to step up, clog the holes, and at this point, you're hoping to hold them to a field goal.
That, by the way, was Cole Roybal on the run for Chatfield. So that will bring up I found Cole Roybal, so if maybe it was a different player, I'm not sure. But now it's 2nd and goal from the half-yard line after the 6-yard pickup. Single file line again for Chatfield. Now they'll shift out of it. This time Ayers back in there. Got to imagine they'll just do that little play again. Oh, direct snap, Marshall left side, plunges into the end zone for a Chatfield touchdown. And with 1:31 on the clock here in the first half, Chatfield takes a 7-point lead, a chance to go up by 8.
And if you're a Tigers fan right now, the sentiment is, well, we need to get something to pull us together, but at the very least right now it is still a 1-score game. Unless Chatfield goes for 2, it looks like they're setting up for the field goal. So they'll still go up by 8, but it's crucial that you keep it a 1-score game, and the Tigers still get right back into this.
Haddad set to kick the extra point. The snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. 28-20. Tigers trail it here. 1:31 remaining in the first half of play. Well, the good news is you get the ball back here with 1:31. We've seen the Tigers, it was almost 1:31 on the clock last week. In fact, I think it was 1:15 on the clock. The Tigers executed a touchdown drive late in that half. Only this time they get the ball back in the second half.
And now this becomes a crucial moment if you're the Tigers, that you can capitalize on some momentum here and try to get yourself leading into half feeling a lot better about what you're feeling right now. There's been some mistakes that have been made, and both teams have kind of struggled to maintain this level of physicality. But if you're Erie right now is the time to respond.
So the kickoff from the 40, left to right, high into the air. Back there, I believe, is Thiesen. He will field it at the 2. Thiesen running it out here to the near side, trying to get to the corner. The 25 stops, hit from behind, and now pelted out of bounds as he crossed the 30. Up, pretty good return to the 35-ish. And that's where the Tigers will take over with 1:22 remaining here in this first half of play. The Tiger fans, we can see him down there. They want a personal foul late hit. We're watching on the sidelines. No, that was not late.
It was still in play. It was close, but still in play.
Ball spot at the near hash, knows the football at the 35. 2 wide outs to each side. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got Kana flanking him. Looking, has all day, fires the crossing route. It's Klickna, has it over the middle and pelts over a receiver. An 11-yard pickup for Klickna there on first down. And it was Jalen Klickna that got the spark going for the Tigers last game. And Klickna registers his first catch of the day here. Tigers quickly to the line. Ball at the 46 on the far hash. Trips to the near side of the field. Barnett in the shotgun. Claps his hands. Looking downfield. All day to throw. Barnett will now be flushed from the pocket. He's being chased from behind. Eludes the defender. Throws it on the run. Fingertip catch can't be hauled in there by Khan. It was a little bit high, and he bobbled that and just couldn't bring it in. Chatfield was closing down pretty quick. Not sure he would have gotten a first down, but that was about 8 yards down the field.
Okay, deep breath, avoided disaster with a potential sack. Didn't complete the pass, but hey, it's still second down, and you guys still have some momentum going. So take a deep breath. You've got this. Clock is stopped. All you got to do now is just put up some good tempo here.
54 seconds left here in the first half. Tigers trail it by 8. Barnett in the shotgun, far side hash at the 46, takes the snap, has a pocket, steps up in the pocket, no one is there. He's going to tuck it down and run across the 50, across the 40, toward the sideline, across the 35, and finally drugged down at the 34-yard line. And a big pickup there for the Tigers.
Fantastic awareness to run out of bounds as well, to make sure he got all the way there and to save your team a timeout.
About a 20-yard pickup there. Erie, I believe, has one timeout left. I don't see any timeouts showing on the scoreboard. Trips to the far side. Ball spotted at the 34. Barnett takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking, fires the little whip route to Nichols. He'll run it and tries to stretch it. He's short of the first down line. Got 9 yards, stayed in bounds as he was tackled.
Tigers need to get it on the ball here.
Tigers trying to go quickly, and now they'll call a timeout. Coach Wooch way out there to call a timeout. 4th catch of the day for Nichols for 57 yards. And Coach Wooch calls a timeout with 29 seconds. Tigers will have it 2nd and 1 at the 24.5-yard line in Chatfield territory. So they're doing what they like to do, which is, score quickly.
For sure. And this is exactly what you need. This is the type of drive that you needed. Now it's time to punch it in here. Now you don't have to immediately go for the end zone here, but now it's time to start thinking about it, because any other play that's left in balance is going to take some time to get up to the ball, get up to the line, and spike the ball. So maybe not this play here, but within the next 2 or 3 plays, you're thinking, okay, we got to start looking for the end zone now.
So 2nd and short here. Timeout for the Tigers. And man, folks, I don't know if they have another timeout in the chamber here. Coach Geiger called I thought he called 2, so I think that was it. So got to get a first down here. That will stop the clock momentarily. Barnett with trips to the near side. Ball spotted at the far hash at the 24. Barnett takes a snap. He'll run it out to his left. Has the edge across the 20, and he'll dart out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
Fantastic job. Exactly what you needed. Picked up the first, kept the chains moving, was able to get some solid yards in there, makes it a much more manageable about 15, 16 yards to the end zone, and he got out of bounds to save extra time.
Tigers have rushed for 182 yards, 23 seconds left. Tigers trail 8 in the first half. Ball on the 17 on the near hash, trips to the far side. Barnett catches the chest high snap. He'll roll to his right, stops, fires, intercepted. Intercepted by Chatfield. Still on his feet is the defender across the 20. Still on his feet, and he's finally brought down at the 25. And Barnett, I don't know if he was on the different page there or just missed the throw, but the Tigers a chance to get some critical points before the half. They squander the opportunity. We're watching the replay up here. What happened there?
He had a receiver short. He may have had one long, and it looks like it just got put right in between the middle of them, right to the open arms of the defender. That's not the way that Erie probably wanted to finish that half. I know they wanted to score and make it at least a tie game, or make it at least maybe 1 or 2 point game.
And it looks like Chatfield will come out just to kneel this one down with 11 seconds left in this half. We will see if we can possibly get an interview at halftime here from Blake as Chatfield kneels it, and they'll take an 8-point lead to the locker room. Blake, able to get anyone down there? Come in again, Blake.
Take me about what you're seeing down there on that field, and what's your message you're trying to send to these guys during halftime?
No, our game plan's the same coming out the second half. When we're looking at the scoreboard right now, we're down a score when we start out with the football. So staying true to the game plan, run the football, take the easy throws, and, we just got to make sure that we're doing our thing that we've done all year.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck. Back to you, Brandon, from Coach Wooching.
Thank you, Blake. That was Coach Ben Wooching, the offensive coordinator. Blake able to get him there on the horn. We are going to take a timeout. We'll be back for the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show. And welcome back in here on the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show. Sorry we went black there for a little bit. We were trying to take a break and forgot to loop our ad cart. Won't make that mistake again. Well, Tiger fans, a little bit of a turbulent first half there. The Tigers got off to a 13-0 lead, and then they just they got stormed by the Chargers there, who now lead it at halftime 28-20. The Tiger cheerleaders down there on the field performing right now. But this halftime show is brought to you by Teachers Who Tutor. Teachers Who Tutor is a teacher-created company located in Erie. They tutor students K through 12 in all subject areas. All tutors are certified teachers. Teachers Who Tutor finds the perfect tutor to match your child's needs. Whether you're trying to get your kiddo up to grade level, extend their learning, or prep for the SAT, they're here for you. Contact them today at teacherswhotutor.biz. And let's take a look at some of the halftime numbers. Very unofficial stats. We're keeping them ourselves. We don't see any stats here kept by the Empower Field crew, so we'll roll with ours. Hopefully they're somewhat in the ballpark. Blake Barnett, 111 yards passing on 14 pass attempts through 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. He did have 102 yards on the ground on 8 carries. That's 12.5 a pop. Right now the Tigers averaging over 11 yards a carry, thanks to some big runs kind of towards really in the second quarter. That's the only thing that got them into the end zone. A 43-yard run by Caleb Thiesen. Barnett had a 29 and a 20-yard run. Thiesen with 80 yards rushing. Those are the 2 Erie ball carriers. Big Oxy has 2 catches for 13 yards. Gage Nichols has 4 for 57. Caleb Thiesen 1 for 4. Cade Lettuce 1 for 26. And Jalen Klickna 1 for 11. The Tigers have 293 yards of total offense in the first half and 3 scores to show for it. They scored with 3:55 in the first on a Thiesen 3-yard run, a 25-yard pass from Barnett to Nichols that went off a Chatfield defender's helmet, and a 43-yard run by Thiesen with 4:58 remaining here in the second quarter. That's how the Tigers have their 20 points. Chatfield, they have thrown for 0 yards. They only have 204 yards rushing. So Erie outgaining Chatfield right now by about 89 yards, but they've given up now 3 turnovers, really. One way deep. They had it first and goal, and Chatfield didn't have to go very far. But this rushing attack has averaged 7.2 yards a carry. They have 204 yards on the ground. Jake Marshall, 103. Mason Lowe, 21. Brock Narva, 25. Sam Ayers, 49. Cole Roybal with 6. And Sam Ayers had the 2 touchdown runs, one of 16, one of 11. All 4 touchdowns for Chatfield in the second quarter, capped out by 2 with Jake Marshall, including 1 with 1:31 left. And right now, after Chatfield was punched in the mouth by the Tigers look like the more nervy team, Alex.
Yeah, and just listening to some of those stats, I mean, it really feels like the Tigers, for did a lot of what they wanted to do, especially offensively. I mean, they were able to move the ball through the air and on the ground. Maybe not as effectively on the ground as they might want to with other players, but Blake Barnett had lots of yards per carry, and he was running all up and down the field essentially. And the defense, it feels like the biggest number there are the turnovers, is those 2 interceptions, and that I don't know if you want to call it a block punt, if it was just him trying to get away with the ball, the turnover on downs essentially. It's led to some easy, closer possessions for Chatfield, and Chatfield's just been able to run right down Erie's throat on those particular drives and able to gain momentum. So if you're Erie, essentially everything has gone according to plan, with the exception of those turnovers. If they can limit the turnovers, I feel like Erie can get right back into this game and not only take the lead, but maybe build up on that lead as well.
Well, the thing you got to wonder about is, what are the Tigers going to do at nose tackle? Right now you have injured Carter Moak playing on one knee. You have John Karanko, who on our roster, now I don't know when this roster was or how much John, they put him in there because of his speed. He's listed as 5'6", 150, and he's playing nose tackle here today. So, I mean, that might explain a little bit of what Chatfield has found. They're just kind of power running, plowing down the middle. So I know a part of the Tigers' game plan was to limit John Pastore on the D-line in the first half, to limit Logan Gilmore on the D-line in the first half. We might have to see those guys come out in the second half. At this point, you got to leave it all out there.
For sure. And I think at this point, you got to make some adjustments up the middle. If that's the case of those two are kind of switching off back and forth, maybe give them some extra help in the middle and maybe adjust your alignment so you're bringing some more of your outside guys closer towards the middle and bringing up some linebackers a little bit. Like we've been talking about this whole time, Chatfield has thrown the ball once, and it was incomplete. So at this point, you're probably selling out for the run up until the point of where Chatfield can demonstrate that they're throwing the ball with efficiency. And if you're Erie at this point, you feel confident. You take the good from what you had in the first quarter. You take the good of what they had in those initial drives where they were able to just stall them out and just limit those big carries, and then learn from what you did poorly in the second half. Learn from the second quarter. Learn what you did poorly from those particular drives. Limit the big runs up the middle. Keep contained on the outside, and just keep going back to doing what you did in the first quarter.
Tell you what, the game completely changed complexion. Chatfield had scored. Erie was driving. Blake Barnett threw that interception on that little fake bubble kind of deep post, and that was interception, a good return. I mean, Erie was rolling. Had they gone up a couple scores, Chatfield might have to get out of their game plan, and they didn't. And they have since then just punished the Tigers.
Well, I think it just threw them off Erie's game plan. They had control. They were in control. Even though Chatfield had gone down the previous possession and scored, Erie had control of the game. They felt comfortable with what they had, and they were going down the field. That interception, you never know the kind of impact turnovers can have until the next couple drives afterward, when you realize that all that momentum, all that carry that you had going, all of a sudden just shifts the opposite direction. And next thing you know, now you're trying to play catch-up.
We'll see if the Tigers can do just that. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second half of action. It's about 4 minutes till the teams come out of the locker room, so we'll take another timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today.
The season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Vern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Do you have a plan in place? Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Tiger fans, don't forget to subscribe to the Erie Tiger Network by hitting the subscribe button. You can also like this video, and that always helps our YouTube presence. Well, the Tigers have come out of the locker room here to start the second half. Let's see if we can't maybe even check in with Blake Donaldson out there. Blake, you're out there, you're watching the team. Do the Tigers, do they look a little rattled, or do they look confident and locked in?
Just looking around at these players, taking it, relaxing, trying to get back into their own game. One thing to note, however, I don't know if it's something too serious.
Blake, let's stop you right there because we can't hear you. If you turn your head to your right, it seems to be a little clearer. Let's try that.
All right, is that better that way?
Go for it.
Awesome, sounds good. So yeah, it looks like all the players are just trying to relax, breathe in, soak in the moment, and just play their own game. One thing to note, however, I'm not sure if it's something super serious, but something to keep an eye on. Does look like there is some tape around the bottom of Blake Barnett's knee. That's underneath it. Something I didn't see at the first half, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one for sure.
All right, thank you for the update there, Blake. Blake Donaldson, our sideline reporter. We know that Blake, I mean, gosh, that's the one thing I think that's really hurting this Tiger team right now. You're missing so many D linemen. You have a non-healthy Carter Moak, Andrew Nazarenis, torn ACL. He is not healthy. Jackson Clancy, that was before the season started, but that was maybe outside of John Pastore, your best lineman. I know he's only an offensive tackle, but you never know when he starts getting reps on the D-line as the season goes on and you need it. Tigers just down bodies there, and it just kind of showing up right now in the run defense.
Yep, and that's just how the season goes sometimes, you know. There's definitely times during the season where you've got a full strength, full squad, you can really see what comes out, but as the season goes along, it shows the character of a squad when they're able to overcome some injuries and other potential setbacks the team may have and come back and win important games, like playoff games, for example. So this is a moment right now that if there are perhaps underclassmen and other players that are maybe not have gotten that much time to begin the season, now is the time for you to step up. If you're out there playing today, now is the time for you to show not only the coaches that maybe they made a mistake, but also to show the fans everywhere that this game is important to you. I know that Erie knows this game is important to them, but it's time for them to show it out there in the field.
All right, so the Tigers will receive, I believe they will go left to right on your radio dial here in the second half, or at least in this third quarter. I think one thing you always got to be cognizant of coming out of the locker room, an onside kick. I know I've already talked about it too many times here, but in championship games, you see that kind of stuff all the time. Just got to mind your P's and Q's here.
For sure. And that can really capitalize momentum, but it can also flip momentum as well. So it's a very risky move, but if it pays off for you, you look like a genius if you're the coach. So
Jack Weber set to kick this one off. The stadium is rocking. This one is deep. And it will be a touchback. First touchback Chatfield has had today. I think the wind almost kind of blowing at Chatfield's back a little bit. The kicks have sailed a little bit farther, going kicking toward the north For those of you familiar with the orientation of Empower Field along I-25 here, kicking up toward Erie. So here we go, 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Ball at the 20 between the hashes. Barnett in the shotgun. He'll send a man in motion. That is Klickna. Takes the snap, hands it off. Thiesen up the middle. Thiesen slicing through the defense, and a good little 7-yard gain there for the Tigers on 1st down.
I think playing the possession game right now would be very smart for Erie. Make sure you're holding the ball. Take some time off the clock here. Keep the offense on the sideline. Get them, keep them cold, I guess you can put it that way, and just make sure that they're not carrying that same momentum from the end of the second half or the end of the first half in the second half.
2nd and 3. Barnett takes the direct snap. He'll run it behind Thiesen left. Has 1st down yardage out across the 35. And tell you what, he came out. Blake said maybe he saw something on his knee there, but it looked like he was shot out of a cannon there, and he picked up 11 yards.
Not going to stop him easily here. This is an important game to him. You can just tell from up here that this is just such a crucial game for him. He's going to give it his all out there.
So 1st and 10 here. Ball spotted at the far hash at the 39. Keeper for Barnett. He hesitated, almost like Le'Veon Bell in the backfield, and then went through the hole on the left side and then was twisted awkwardly down, but a decent gain there of about 4 yards for Barnett.
Always the nervous thing of when you're having your quarterback run the ball is you're leaving him out there for any potential injuries or any uncomfortable situation for him. But good to see he's back up and good.
2nd and 6 here for the Tigers. Barnett adjusting the play at the line of scrimmage. Ball spot at the far hash. 2 wide out here to the near side. He'll take the snap, fire quickly. Klickna with it, cuts to the inside, pelted hard from behind, but picks up 5 yards there, and he'll be a yard short of the down to gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Great play call by the Tigers as well. The outside corners have been kind of keeping it close with some of the outside receivers, but on the inside, the safety's been giving them some breathing room out there.
3rd and short here for the Tigers. Barnett in the shotgun. Need to get to the 49. They're at the 48. Handoff Thiesen up the middle. Bounces off a defender. Twists backward. And he is dragged down across the 50. Enough for a 1st down into Charger territory. A pickup there of 3 yards for Thiesen and a fresh set of downs for the Tigers.
I was going to say, maybe this would be 4-down territory, but who needs fourth down when you can get it on 3rd down?
1st and 10 here for Erie. Barnett checking in on the sideline. He's got 3 wide, 2 to the far side, 1 down on the bottom here to the near side. Barnett claps his hands, takes the snap. Tigers have run it every play this drive, and Thiesen knifed over the right side, tried to cut back to his left, and ran into the arms of the nose tackle. I believe that was Cooper Wicks, and was only able to get a yard on that one.
I think he saw some open gaps over there and was maybe trying to see if he could utilize his shiftiness to get out to the outside, but a good arm tackle by the nose tackle.
2nd and 9 here for the Tigers. 2 wide out to each side. Barnett takes the snap. First passing play. Barnett will instead tuck it and run across the 45. Ducks underneath a hit, and he'll pick up about 7 yards on the scramble, and that'll bring up 3rd and a long 2 here for the Tigers.
Great job by Barnett for taking what the defense gave him. Wasn't open on the outside. His first two reads weren't open, so he just took it and run it.
Barnett in the shotgun. Tigers trying to go quickly here. Barnett gets it. He'll run the sweep following the pulling. Ryan McConnell now lowers the head. He coughs up the football. It's on the turf. The Chargers, I think, jumped on it. There's a huge pile up. Charger fans are celebrating. Oh, boy, Tiger fans. Barnett had it punched out. Still no signal. We're trying to look down there, and it's going to be Charger ball. Well, still no signal. The Charger players were jumping up and down, but I don't see a signal yet. Ref's trying to unpile bodies, and it's Erie football. Huge, huge moment in this game. The fumble by Barnett, and the Tigers somehow jumped on it. I mean, there were 3 Chargers around the ball, and somehow they didn't come up with it.
They were all just right around the ball, and what a great hustle play to get the ball back. That is a crucial moment in this game, and that honestly could have been a game-changing play for Erie right there.
That might be the spark you need. Yep, that was clearly a fumble, and I don't know how the Chargers didn't jump on it. Handoff to Thiesen up the middle on 1st and 10. Fumble led to a first down there, and a little 3-yard pickup there for Thiesen, knife in over the left side. The Tigers have run the ball every play this drive so far. We saw that against Palmer Ridge. They called a pass play, but it ended up a run. 2nd and 7 here. Barnett in the shotgun, far hash, ball spotted on the 33. Barnett's going to be flush from the pocket, looks downfield, now fires back across the grain, caught by Oxiger, flipped as he crossed the 30. A short pickup for the Tigers, only a pickup of 3 there as Barnett dumped it off in the middle to Big Ox, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4 here for Erie. They got to get to the 26, ball spotted at the 30.
It may have been more of like a chip route as well, because it looks like he was trying to block down the field, but slipped off of the guy that he was blocking and just left him wide open right across the middle.
7:50 remaining here in quarter number 3. Tigers trail it by 8, 28-20. Ball spotted at the near hash on the 30. Barnett claps the hands, drops back to pass, fakes the screen, looking, now flush. The pass wasn't there, now has Klickna, and a good catch there by Klickna. The safety read it as Klickna was running the crossing route, came up, made a big hit on Jalen, and Jalen able to hold on, secure the ball, and a 10-yard pickup there on 3rd down. The Tigers get a fresh set of downs.
Great catch, and not an easy catch to make when a safety's hitting you right as soon as you catch the ball. Great way to hold on to the ball and great possession by the receiver.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the 20. Barnett takes the snap, hands off. Thiesen right side, knifes back over the middle and gets cut down. A 4-yard pickup there for Caleb. And Caleb has 98 yards rushing now. You take away the 43-yard gain. He only has 4.5 yards per carry, so still doing a decent clip there for Caleb. Like to see maybe you pop a couple more 10, 12-yard runs if you're the Tigers. Handoff, Thiesen on 2nd down over the left side, trying to follow blockers. Not a ton of room, but noses the football across the 15 and grinds the feet down to the 13, and he'll end up picking up 3. It'll be 3rd and 3.
This is exactly the type of drive that, this is exactly the type of drive that Erie could have wanted. You're taking time off the clock. You're running right down their throats. They haven't stopped you, with the exception of the fumble. This has been a great drive by Erie.
6:22 remaining. Barnett takes it. It's a keeper left side, and he gets brought down short of the line to gain. Needed 3, picked up 2. And Barnett a little bit indecisive, and that's one of those where if you're Barnett, it's kind of open to the inside there. You're the bigger athlete, and we just seen Barnett. He likes to stretch it out wide. 4th and 1 here for the Tigers. Ball on the 11, you got to get to the 10. Biggest play to start this half.
And you got to get it if you're Erie. This is a crucial moment in the game. You just had a fumble go your way. Time to make that 4th down go your way.
Barnett in the shotgun. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, left side, bowls over a defender. Did he get to the line to gain? Not by the spot that the official is showing. I think he's going to be short just based on where the official was coming in. Either that or they're going to have to measure. Oh, boy. Barnett lowered the shoulder, and they'll say it's a turnover on downs.
Oh, that's a tight spot, but if you're Barnett, you got to do everything you can to get that 1st-yard line. And it just looks like he just didn't get there. I mean, we have the replay up here, and he's just like it's like that short. It's like barely a couple inches, if that, of short of the 1st down.
So the Tigers turnover on downs. And oh boy, Tiger fans, now you are in some trouble. You had a great drive going, and down 28-20, 5:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It is Chatfield football on their own 10. In the shotgun is Marshall. They'll snap it to him. Tigers penetrate well that time, and they sling him down to the turf. No gain, and Tiger defense a little more pumped up on that one. And I'm actually not even sure. We have a roster printed out from Max Preps. We'll have to come in and check that. That might have been Logan Quinn on the – oh, no, it was Logan Quinn on the tackle there. No gain for Marshall.
And if you're Erie right now, it's great to utilize that emotion, but don't let it get the best of you at this point. Utilize the crowd energy, get yourself excited, but keep yourself controlled. The worst thing that can happen right here, right now, is any kind of penalty that might give them an automatic first down.
2nd and 10 here. Ball spot at the far hash at the 10-yard line. Stacked box. They're going to run it straight up the middle, and they're grinding across the 15. The pile lurches forward, nose of the football all the way up to the 20. That might be first down yardage. Just power running football right down the gullet, and Jake Marshall carried it for 10 yards and picked up the first down.
Great run. He followed his blockers, utilized them all the way down, kept himself on his feet. Like I said, it's taken 3 or 4 Tigers every single time to bring him down, but you're hoping that happens closer to the line of scrimmage and less 10 yards down the field.
Carter Moak in there at nose tackle for the Tigers. Jackson Kogel out there. Darian Burnett along the defensive line here for Erie. They got to be strong here for the Tigers. 1st and 10 snap. It's Lowe with it over the right side. Knifes his way, and there's a penalty flag thrown in the area of the tackle. And I'm not sure what this has been a pretty clean game so far. Not too many penalties to speak of. Lowe got about 2.
Oh, no.
Face mask on Erie, so a personal foul after a good run stop, 15 yards for Chatfield. And outside of the fumble, everything going against Erie's way right now.
That is the last thing that you wanted as a team right there, especially after getting them and holding them close to it. They just barely picked up the first down. You had a solid gain, or they had like a minuscule gain on that one, but you can't give them free yards. That's just letting them march down the field and take even more time off the clock.
That was Jet Cooper's hand that got caught up in the face mask area. 1st and 10, ball spot at the 38 on the far hash. 2 wide here for the Tigers. 10 basically in the box here for Erie. There's the snap. Marshall runs it right up the middle, spins off a defender, now stacked up. 3 black jerseys punching at the football. 4-yard pickup there for Marshall on first down.
I think the defense is recognizing it as well. This is a crucial time. If they can get a turnover here, that would change the whole outlook of this game right now. Chatfield's got control. They feel like they're doing exactly what they need to do. Erie's somewhat on their heels a little bit as a team maybe. So a turnover would be absolutely critical here.
2nd and 6 here rather for Chatfield. Ball spotted at the 41. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Some boo birds coming out from the Erie side. Not sure what they were upset about there. There's the snap. The keeper by Marshall on the fake runs into a wall, but well down the field, and he continues. He just doesn't go down. And the Tigers, they're not going low. They're meeting him high. He's spinning, pushing, and he was stopped 3 yards short, and then he just didn't stop moving his legs. He picked up another 3 after that and a first down.
They've got 3 guys alongside of him, and he's still pushing forward. If that doesn't, what that tells me as a defensive player is I got to start hitting him low, making sure that I can get him on the ground.
There's a timeout on the field real quick. 3 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure. It was maybe an equipment malfunction. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Tigers trail it by 8. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 48. Little reverse handoff to Narva. Gets to the open field. 1 man to beat. Now shoved out of bounds by Kana. But they continue to assault the Tigers in the run game. A 22-yard pickup there by Brock Nava.
And again, following their blockers well. They know exactly what they're doing. The Tigers are just doing the best they can. It's really difficult, I know, but you got to make sure you keep contained on the outside. It looks like they had 87 on the outside, was keeping it, trying to keep him boxed in there, but as soon as he got past him and bounced it right back outside.
Barnett out there for the Tigers. Now Logan Gilmore in there at nose. Marshall in the shotgun with Lowe, takes the direct snap, runs it over the left side. Huge push by the Chatfield offensive line, and falling forward and gaining 7 yards is Jake Marshall, and right now Chatfield is making this look easy.
It's straightforward running, but the offensive line is dominating the Tigers defense right now, and they're just getting nice, easy runs right up the middle. If you can get 7 yards a carry every single time on first down, that's going to be really hard to stop for the Tiger defense.
2nd and 3 now for Chatfield. It's Marshall again in the shotgun with Lowe. Lowe's actually the one that calling for the ball. He gets it, hands it off on the little inside reverse or misdirection to Narva, and he's got 5 yards and a first down for Chatfield. Inside the red area now, down to the Tigers 17. 1:56 remaining here in the third quarter. Chatfield, the Chargers on top, 28-20, driving deep into Erie territory.
Bend, don't break defense now. We're at that point now where Erie needs a stop. Whether they can just hold them to a field goal, that would be a success in this regard. They need a stop. They can't allow another touchdown on this possession.
Clock being melted away, and Tigers jump offside. Logan Quinn wanted to come across. It was a dummy snap and a 5-yard false start, and now 20 penalty yards, and the Tigers, well, you got to find a way to punch back. They have not done that yet. Since they came out, Chatfield has punched them back, and the Tigers haven't really responded yet.
It's that boxing match mentality. You may have the first shot, you may have the first advantage here, but you have to realize that every team's going to come back and they're going to punch hard. So you got to be ready to punch back if you're Erie right now.
Moak, Foster, and Burnett, the D linemen. 1st and 5 snap. Marshall just run over the right side into Tiger arms, and a better stop that time for the Tigers. In fact, Marshall picked up maybe 1 on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Much better job. I mean, you see number 10 on the outside maintain a good outside contain on the outside. Has to force it back inside where other defenders are there to help. Makes it a lot easier for the Tiger defense.
So 2nd and 4 here for Chatfield. Ball at the 11 on the far hash. They got to get to the 7-yard line. Single file line.
Just like in kindergarten.
The kindergarten lunchroom play. In the shotgun, here is Marshall. Takes the snap, runs a sweep to his right. Tigers seal off the edge again, and Marshall just bounced off the defender and bounced forward for 3 yards. He's still short of the down to gain, but instead of 3rd and 4, it's going to be, we'll only give him a couple. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Looks like same player made the contact on the outside, just couldn't get him wrapped up. And if you're the Tigers, man, that's about as good as you can play it, but you got to make sure you wrap up when you make that initial contact.
And the clock just melted with both teams running the ball so much. We haven't even had 2 full possessions. That's the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, it's Erie 20, Chatfield 28. For your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation. Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Let's go down before the start of this third quarter to Blake Donaldson. We'll check the temperature of the Erie sideline.
Thank you so much, Brandon. Yeah, as I'm walking along this side behind these players and coaches, I hear all them a lot of chatter, but one thing they're really focusing on.
Well, Blake, we're losing you for some reason. We can't get you. It's too spotty down there. Too many people in the crowd, messing up our wireless interference. We'll try and check in with Blake again later this quarter. So here we go, 3rd and 1 to start the fourth quarter of play. Chatfield now going toward the south end zone. Marshall in the shotgun here, takes the snap, fakes it, runs up the middle, pelted hard, but was pelted a yard past the line to gain. Needed 1, got 2, and picked up the first down, and now it's 1st and goal. And if you're Erie, oh boy, you're about to be in a similar spot you were last week. Only this time you don't have any surprises on the onside kick, at least that I can think of.
Nope, and this Chatfield team is built to run that clock down to limit this, and I wouldn't be surprised if they use all 3 downs here to try to take this game to at least somewhere down below 10 minutes left in this game.
Tigers trying to crowd the line of scrimmage. Tight set here. Lowe gets it. He will keep it on the left side. Not much room. Got a couple of yards just inside the 5 was Mason Lowe. Faked it on that little reverse, kept it himself, and that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 4. Ball between the hashes.
Bend, don't break defense. It's right here, right now. This is your state championship, Erie Tiger defense. This is what you guys need to do right here. This is how you stop the team. This is how you change the outcome of this game, is on this stand right here.
2nd and 4. It's Marshall and Lowe in the shotgun. They've got Ayers as that little wing back. They haven't really run that in a while. It will be Marshall. He'll keep it himself, brings it back to the right. The Tigers defend it well. Marshall got a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal now from the 3.
It wouldn't even surprise me at this point if Chatfield gets within the 3-yard line that they try to go for it on 4th down as well to try and truly put themselves at a distance in this game.
Chatfield really slowing the pace down here. 10:27 left on the scoreboard. 16 left on the play clock. Tigers defense waiting here, looking at the Chatfield offense that's slowly coming up to the line. Only 8 seconds left now. They got to move quickly. Marshall in the shotgun. He's got a man flanked to his right. Here comes the snap, and a timeout is called by Chatfield right before the play clock expires. And they used every second of that play clock and then had to burn a timeout. 10:04 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It is an 8-point lead. Chargers driving. We'll take a quick timeout here on the ETN.
To buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School?
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. This 4th quarter is brought to you by 3M Farms. 3M Farms, Erie own nursery and garden center. They have fresh cut Christmas trees to get you in the holiday spirit. Follow them on 3M Facebook at 3M Farms for holiday hour special events, including a visit by Santa. Here we go. 3rd and goal from the 4. Tiger defense trying to bow their necks here. It is Marshall in the shotgun. He'll send a man in motion. Takes the snap. He'll give it to that man out along the edge. Tigers stop it initially. A broken tackle toward the corner. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown. Tigers had Narva for a loss. I believe it was Narva. That might have been Lowe. No, it was Lowe. And Lowe broke through the tackle, punched it in from 4 yards out, and now Chatfield is up by 2 scores. And actually, that was Narva on the carry. And so Narva puts Chatfield up 2 scores.
He just slipped through that tackle. If the Erie defender could have held on just a little bit longer, maybe they could have stopped him in the backfield there.
Well, Erie finds themselves in a similar situation, a little bit more time on the clock, but down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Snap is through the wickets. Now the kicker trying to look to throw, and he'll throw it away. And hey, you were down by 14 points. If they would have made 15 points, that could be a factor because now you're down exactly 14.
And that makes it a little bit easier to not have to worry about maybe having to go for too late in the game with the game on the line. And maybe that comes back into play for them to win the game.
And there's a flag down. I think this is either going to be illegal man or intentional grounding. On the there was nobody to throw to unless they call a roughing the passer, which I can't see on that one. Let's see what the official says.
Intentional grounding.
Against Chatfield. Tries over.
So intentional grounding, the penalties decline. I think they're trying to figure out whether this can be enforced on the kickoff or not. Well, the score 34-20. Folks, that was my prediction, but the opposite way. So we'll see what happens the rest of the way. Been a high-scoring affair so far. A lot of yards on the ground. 274 yards rushing for Chatfield. 0 yards passing. It'll be Thiesen and Kana back deep to receive the kickoff here for the Tigers. If you are Erie, you had magic last week. Does that give you confidence this week?
I'd say it probably would, but to a certain extent, I think you got to have some cautious optimism here.
Here's the kick. and it will be fielded at the 1. I believe this is Thiesen with it, and a well-covered kick. That was high. It was fielded right at the 1, and Thiesen gets cut. He kind of hesitated, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. I believe at the 17 is where they will start this drive. And the Tigers, they've got a whole lot of yards. They haven't been able to cash in their last, 3 or 4 drives, turning over the ball.
Yeah, and this is a good time to have some chunk plays drawn up for your team to just eat up some yards and get down the field quick.
Barnett in the shotgun here. Takes the snap, hands off. Thiesen stutters at the hole, stiff arms a man, knife sideways through a hole. A good cut there by Thiesen, good running. Picked up 9 on 1st down.
Great run, followed his blockers through that gap there, and was nice shiftiness to get around a couple defenders. Ooh, that's a nasty stiff arm that defender, that he had on that defender right there. Totally put him into the ground. What a great stiff arm.
Trips to the far side. Ball spotted at the 26. Got to get to the 27. Barnett play action. Rolls to his right. Throws the out route wide open as Klickner has it across the 35. Cuts across the 40. Felt like he almost lost the football there as he's tackled right at the 40. Good little pickup there for the Tigers.
It's easy to feel a little bit nervous after there's been a couple turnovers in this game that you're like, making sure they hold on the ball, but a great play design there, and really glad that Barnett was able to just take what this defense gave him.
Barnett in the shotgun now, trips to the near side, ball spotted on the far hash. Barnett takes a snap, looking, waiting, fires the deep outcut. That is Oxiger with a catch and a nice little 14-yard pickup there from the Tigers. Had all day to throw. Big Ox made the deep outcut, and the pass was on the money.
Excellent job by the Tigers as well. They are moving the ball down the field. It's been less than a minute. They're already across midfield. This is what you need right now. This is what you need to get yourself back into this game.
Tigers got to go quick here. 1st and 10 into Chatfield territory at the 46. Barnett in the shotgun at the near hash, trips to the far side, takes a snap, looks to pass, looking, fires the curl route on the near side. That's Lettuce, catches it, backs his way across the 30. Enough for a 1st down, and then some. A pickup there of 16, maybe 17 yards for the Tigers. And right now, Chatfield playing pretty soft, and the Tigers are just kind of taking what the defense has given them.
And that's what you got to do on these drives here. It doesn't become crucial that you need to score until you get within about the 20-yard line.
8:44 remaining. Barnett and a timeout. Chatfield. They want to talk things over. They don't like how easily the Tigers are matriculating the ball down the field, so they will burn their 2nd timeout of the half. This game is brought to you by Worth Chiropractic. Worth Chiropractic, they're huge Erie Tiger Network fans. They're huge Erie Tiger fans, rather. Be sure to check them out. They'll help you get you back to being you. Located on Brick Street in Erie. That is Worth Chiropractic. 8:44 remaining here in the 4th quarter of play. Chatfield leads Erie 34-20. And if you are Erie, there is no option. It is touchdown or bust here. You're in 4-down territory. And then you have to find a way to get some stops defensively, which they just have not done. I wouldn't be surprised if Erie did an onside kick. It might not be tricky like we saw last week, but they got to manufacture possessions. Barnett claps the hands it off on the delay to Thiesen, stutters at the line, then leans it forward, got back to the line. That is it. There wasn't really a hole there, just kind of standing their grounds in the gaps was the Chatfield D-line, and they closed in on Thiesen quickly.
I think you got to go back to what Erie was doing in the drive earlier and get Barnett out on the move. Like, give him some options to throw or even give him an option to run as well. That was working really well to begin the drive, and I think they got to continue it here.
2nd and 10 here for the Tigers. Ball spotted close to the near hash. 2 wideouts to each side. Barnett flanked by Thiesen. Chatfield showing blitz. They will not send anyone extra. Barnett waiting, now being flushed. He's going to run it, sneaks through a hole, cuts it back to a left, but there's a flag on the play. Barnett across the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, but this is coming all the way back. There's going to be a hold back there, and upset is one of the Tiger, I think that's Logan Gilmore that's upset, and this one's coming back, and we're going to hear some boos here from the Erie crowd. One advantage being up this high. We saw the flag.
That's the tough part of those broken plays. Sometimes it leads to some explosive plays. Barnett got in the end zone on that play, but something had to spring him loose, and unfortunately it was a hold.
And that one was thrown way behind the line of scrimmage, so this backs up Erie all the way out to the 47. They got to get to the 20, so 2nd and 27. I just watched on the replay, Logan Gilmore just body slammed the guy he was blocking. Now Barnett. Tigers trying to set up a screen. It's not there. Barnett just waiting. Will fire the deep out. A catch there by Klickna. Holds the ball up to the 40, and a 7-yard pickup there on 2nd and a million. And Klickna, his 4th catch of the day. He's got 4 catches for 42. That'll bring up 3rd and 20.
I think what you were saying earlier as well, this is definitely still 4-down territory. So if you're Erie, I think you run some routes that get you within manageable distance of picking up on the 4th down.
Trips to the near side. There's no one there for Chatfield. Tigers trying to get snapped quickly. Now Barnett will drop back to pass. Looking, flush to his left. Looking, has a man open in the middle of the field, catching it and pelted to the turf. A yard shy is Klickna. A 20-yard pickup there for the Tigers on 3rd and 21, and that'll bring up 4th and 1.
They gave him the first down.
They gave him the first down. Big moment there for the Tigers. Don't have to contend with 4th down. How about that pass play? Barnett had all day. Klickna found the soft spot right in the middle of the field. It was rifled right in the little loop in the 9.
And you will take it every single time.
Barnett takes it. Gives it. Thiesen knifes through a hole. Oh, man, had a head of steam. Close to 10 yards there. It looked like he might find pay dirt. He was tackled by the shoelaces. 6:37 remaining in this game. Clock not a friend of the Tigers right now, but the Tigers deep in Chatfield territory. 2nd and 1. Barnett claps the hands. Runs read option. Keeps it himself on the right side, trying to stretch it out. Has first down yardage. Breaks a tackle. Dives for the goal line. Did he get in? The referee saying no. He stepped out on the 3. So a pickup of 7 there for Barnett. The referee on the goal line saw that it broke the plane. He checked in with the linesman behind, and the linesman said Barnett just stepped out. Folks, he did not step out. That is not a good call. That is, and you can maybe hear some Erie boos in the background. Barnett, I don't think he stepped out of bounds, and they're going to call him short. So 1st and goal from the 3, 6:18 remaining. Clock stopped with the out-of-bounds run. Ball spotted on the far hash. Tigers run up to the line of scrimmage. 3 left on the play clock. 2. Barnett catches a snap. Left side strings it, trying to run over a defender, and he's going to be stopped short of the goal line to the half-yard line. A 2-yard pickup there for Blake. Tigers trying to go quick. 6:07 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Tigers trail it by 2 scores. Barnett had the sneak to bring it within 1 score last week. This time he's in the shotgun. This time he hands off to Thiesen. Thiesen submarining into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown. And the Tigers score for the first time this half on a 1-yard Caleb Thiesen run with 5:52 remaining. The Tigers now trail it by 8.
Fantastic execution of that entire drive, and that just shows the heart of Barnett. If you saw him reach out and dive for that pylon, even though we all believe that he crossed the goal line on that play, but regardless, that was some heart and some serious character by this Tiger defense, or by this Tiger offense, excuse me.
And so Harner out to kick the extra point here for Erie. And the Tigers needed a quick score, and they got it. There's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is right between the pipes. 7-point game. Tigers, they trail at 27-34. We'll catch our breath here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Well, now you can't. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Alex Dotson, Blake Donaldson here with you on this 4A championship game call. 5:52 remaining here in this contest. The Tigers score from a yard out, and a pretty quick drive from the Tigers. We look back at the Chatfield score. They scored with, well, I guess, I don't know. Forgot to write it down. Shoot. Tigers might kick an onside kick here. No one's hiding on the sidelines. They'll actually dummy the onside kick and now shift out of that. With 5:52 left, it looks like the Tigers might send this one deep. Tell you what, though, with the running team, you almost don't mind giving them a short field because you can score lickety-split, and it will be a full kickoff. So no onside kick magic, at least yet, this week. As that went through the uprights, I think.
Hey, if we can get some extra points for that, that'd be great.
Dom's been booming them here. 7-point game. I'll tell you what, I can pretty much guarantee you that if Erie scores, they're going for 2. With the way this game is going, we know how Coach Geiger thinks. I would imagine that Coach Geiger is thinking if we do have the opportunity to kick an extra point or go for 2, we're going to go for 2.
Absolutely, especially after the way things went last week. You put it all on the line here. This is your moment right here, right now.
Tiger fans getting loud here. 1st and 10 from the 20. Ball between the hashes. Marshall will hand it off on the end around to Lowe, and Lowe gets dumped after a 1-yard gain. Had to go deep into the backfield. Better penetration that time from the Tigers defense, and Lowe didn't have much running room out there. Gets it to the 21. That'll bring up 2nd and 9.
There's no hiding what Chatfield's going to do here. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to try to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised. They just throw in a pass. I know it's not what they've been doing, but, man, Erie.
Especially if it gets 3rd and long.
Yeah, they have to sell out. 2nd and 9 here. Marshall in the shotgun, man in motion, and it's that little wing-back snap, and that time the Tigers did well. A loss or a gain of only 2 on the play.
And now if you're Chatfield, you're thinking, all of a sudden now it's like maybe we should be considering the pass here. Do you go away from what's been carrying you this entire game, or do you try and really put away this game early, or put away this game now by trying to pick up that 1st down via the pass?
3rd and 7, and the Erie fans are loud. 15 left on the play clock. 4:45 left on the game clock. Ball spotted at the 23. Marshall in the shotgun. He'll send a man in motion. He has the snap, runs it to his left, and he's stopped for a loss of 1. And the Tigers defense comes up huge.
Massive stop. Absolutely massive. The Tigers needed that.
And a nice tackle shooting into the backfield was Chase Olmstead, and he got the stop. And the junior, and now on 4th and 8, Chatfield's going to punt it back to Erie with 4:07 left. Oh boy, are we going to have magic? Can lightning strike twice in back-to-back weeks? High snap, barely caught. Now a low punt. Coming up to field it is Kana. He's got a little bit of room. Breaks a tackle into Chatfield territory, and Erie will have it 1st and 10 at the Chatfield 45.
All of a sudden, that clock starts to look real favorable to Erie now. They've got plenty of time to work with. All they need to do now is make sure Chatfield can't get that ball back, and maybe make this the last possession. Maybe go for 2. I don't have any question. That's what's going through Coach's mind right now.
3:48 on the clock. The Tigers trail it by 7. 34-27. Ball spot on the near hash at the 45. There's a handoff to Thiesen, a sweep to the near side, the short side of the field. And oh man, you run that play to the short side. There just wasn't any room there, and Thiesen ran out of real estate, only picked up 1.
It's possible they're trying to catch Chatfield off guard there, but yeah, it's tough running the short side and running basically student body left to that far side.
2nd and 9 now for the Tigers. Trips to the far side of the field. Nichols on top. Caden Lettuce down here to the near side. There's the snap. Barnett looks, fires the out route, and it's caught, and tripping was Klickna as he caught it, and he only picked up about 6. That'll bring up third down here.
For a moment when that ball was in the air, he had his head turned around, so last second turned his head around, was able to make the catch, and good job of making a good solid possession catch on that ball.
3rd and 4. Ball at the 39. They got to get to the 35. 4 down territory here. 3:15 remaining. The Tigers still have all 3 timeouts. Trips to the near side. Barnett, a big hand slap. Almost got the Chargers to jump. Now he'll drop back to pass. Fires the in cut. It's Lettuce at the shoe top and couldn't haul it in. It was a hair behind him, a hair low. And all of a sudden it is 4th and 5.
I don't think there's any question the Tigers are going for this.
Oh, yeah. No doubt for sure.
And no doubt for sure. And it would not surprise me if they utilize Barnett's speed here to the outside. Try to draw on the defense by running it out to the outside and sending some receivers a little bit further back so that way they can at least get to the 4 to get the yards to gain.
Chatfield getting loud. Trips to the near side. Ball spot at the far hash on the 39. 12 left on the play clock. Barnett gets the snap, looking, pumps. There's a flag. He throws it. It's caught. Thiesen up the field. We might have an illegal formation. Was that thrown at the snap? They may have said that Erie wasn't set. They're going to call an illegal formation on Erie. We're waiting for the call here. One official may be saying, no, he was lined up right. That's the best case scenario.
That's the hope.
I don't think that'll be the case. Oh. Illegal motion is the call. They're saying that the player in the slot didn't get set. Look, there was no oh, there you go. Klickna reset his position, and so they called it illegal motion.
That's tight, but in a championship game, you got to make sure you're focused in.
4th and 8. Barnett takes the high snap, drops back to pass. He's being flushed, steps up in the pocket. He's got a man to beat, leans it, dives! He flipped over the defender across the first down line, across the 35 to the 34. What grit by Blake Barnett. He went airborne, flying like Superman, lands on his back for a first down.
Unbelievable. What a play. That's hard. That is energy right there. That is amazing. What a play.
John Elway-esque Super Bowl 32 running toward the Super Bowl logo. All right, 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. 2:37 remaining. Barnett takes it, fakes the bubble, has all day. Now flush to his right, looking downfield, has wide open. He should have run it. Now he's going to stop, throw across the grain. It's clicked in the middle at the 20, spreads it out to the near side, leans forward to the 15, and the Tigers deep into Chatfield territory now. And oh man, all of a sudden, all the momentum in Erie's favor, and it feels a lot like last week.
That buzz, that excitement, that magic is starting to feel back here. And oh man, does that spell well for Erie.
Barnett in the shotgun, ball at the 15, takes the snap, hands it off. Thiesen stutters at the hole, still on his feet, grinding, ducks under a tackle, and he'll pick up about 3.
And he might have gotten grabbed on the helmet there, so curious to see if that maybe affected him as he's coming off the sideline now.
And Erie's going to call a timeout. Don't know if they want to just settle things down. A little bit surprised they want to stop the clock. You don't want to give it back to Chatfield with too much time.
Absolutely, and that's probably the one optimistic side to that if Chatfield does get the ball back. Let's just say they're not the most experienced team when it comes to throwing the ball. So if you're Erie, you're playing, okay, we're playing for win here, and you're making sure that they don't get any time left or minimal time left on the clock.
Barnett, 213 through the air, 155 on the ground. Thiesen, 125 on the ground, 280 yards rushing unofficially for the Tigers. So with 2 minutes on the dot left, the Tigers down 7, ball on the 12. It'll be spotted on the near hash. We'll actually say it's 2nd and 6.
I'll tell you what, though, no matter the outcome, what a game. What an environment, what a game, and what an opportunity for both teams.
This is what championships are all about. Barnett in the shotgun. They'll send Klickna in motion. Barnett rolling to his right. And a flag from the far sideline official. Don't know what. Another false start on Erie. So this will make it 2nd and 11.
Oh, yep.
I believe it was the right tackle for the Tigers, Caleb Foster, that, I mean, that was an eyelash early.
Just got a tiny lead into his block.
That'll back the Tigers up to the 17-yard line. 2nd and 11. Ball spotted on the near hash. Barnett drops the pass, rolling to his right, pressure in his face, throwing the wheel route, going up, making the catch. Aiden Oxinger, the senior, he went up, he caught it over the top of the defender, and you just got mossed.
That is a straight moss. That is a spectacular catch. Great trust in your receiver. He got mossed. There's no other way to put it. He straight up just got mossed.
And so the Tigers will send out the extra point unit with 1:54 left. This surprises me a little bit. A lot of time on the clock. 17 on the play clock. Let's see if the Tigers. 1:54. And they are going to kick the extra point. This is huge here, folks. Snap, a little bit inside the kick. It is good. Oh, that was close to sneaking out on the right side. Harner squeezed it in, and we have a tie game with 1:54 left. Are you surprised by that, Alex?
You know what? I am a little bit, especially considering the atmosphere right now. But considering the way the last couple drives have gone for Erie, even if this game were to somehow get to overtime, Erie's got the momentum right now. Now, I'm someone that would definitely have gone for 2 on that scenario. I feel like that was a great job to gain momentum, especially at that spectacular catch. We're rewatching the replay right now. That is amazing. That is an amazing throw, an amazing catch. And that poor DB, there's not much else you can do on that play.
Tell you what, Aiden Oxiger had a huge senior season planned, and I think I see Scotty Gaines back there. He has a good relationship with Aiden. He's been chatting with him. I saw him earlier. He told the Erie players, say hi to Aiden for me. Aiden hasn't been able to have a huge role till here down the stretch. Finally a little bit healthy, and he makes the biggest play of the season for the Tigers. Dare I say, maybe the biggest play in Erie football history.
I would not argue with you on that one. That is a huge moment, especially the Tigers can find a way, crawl back into this game and win this game here. I have no words. That was an amazing catch.
What a comeback, back-to-back weeks for Erie. Dom set to kick this one deep after the little dummy onside. Ball at the 40 on the near hash. And Dom will send this one end over end deep, and man, he's been thumping them today. That's 5 yards deep, and that'll be a touchback. So you got a team that has just run it down Erie's throat today, and with 1:54 left, they have 0 passing yards. So I don't know that this necessarily suits Chatfield, but I'm just interested to see what they do here.
I know you've got the running game going. Now this last drive, Erie stopped them, but they've been running it all game, and you've still got some time on the clock, so you definitely can still run the ball, but you got to start throwing in some passes here or something. Got to get your offense jumped here.
Chatfield has come back on a lot of teams. I don't think many teams have come back on them. They'll come out in the shotgun. It's the little Fumbarooski, and the Tigers read it, and it's a 2-yard loss. Jake Marshall that time was back there. The Tigers read it, and I think that actually was straight up a Fumbarooski. Let's take a look here. No, he just dropped the little snap. It was that same little look in the middle, but Marshall dropped it.
Chatfield may be rattled here. They're feeling it right now. They're feeling the crowd. They're feeling the energy. They're feeling the hype right now. They may just be playing for overtime here.
1:24 left. Chatfield really taking their time. 10 seconds left on the play clock. If you get a stop in your area, you might think about a timeout. 2nd and 12. Marshall takes it, slowly running over the right side, and weaves his way for a gain of about 6. That'll bring up 3rd and 6. And a timeout for Erie. So they do want a chance with the ball back.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens. 1:03 left. Alex, we're having a lot of fun up here. This has been you can't ask for much more in a championship game.
Absolutely not. And can you imagine, like, the atmosphere is electric right now. Just imagine it in overtime and just that energy and that excitement here. I'm not saying the Tigers should be playing for overtime at all, but if it did get to that point, man, this is just, I'm loving this atmosphere right now.
They're going to put 3 seconds back on the clock. There's now 1:06 left. And so 3rd down and 6 for Chatfield. Ball at the 24 on the near hash. Will come out of the timeout. Kindergarten lunch line. Now they'll shift out of that. Marshall back there with Lowe. Will they throw the ball? There's the snap. Marshall will keep it right side. Has first down across the 30, and he gets finally tackled at the 35. Big pickup there, 11 yards, and now Chatfield up at the 35. 1:02 left. Let's see what they do.
Now passing the ball starts to make a lot more sense. You're in that territory now where you either got to hurry up and get on the line here or you play for overtime.
And the officials are calling a timeout themselves. Oh, there's an injured Charger down. That's Jake Marshall. He is down on both knees. So he'll have to be pulled from the game for at least a play unless Chatfield calls a timeout. So he's down. 54 seconds left here. And, man, you had the 3rd and 6. And Marshall landed right on the football. Ooh, and we're watching the replay. He is holding on to, I believe, his right shoulder. Oh, and I've seen that tackle. Folks, that's a broken collarbone.
You hope that's not the case for any young player, especially in this age, but that does not look good if you're Blake Marshall, if you're in Chatfield as well.
Okay, I don't mean to rush to judgment. I've seen that type of tackle a million times.
And when he goes to the grab for the shoulder as well, that just,
All right, so Jake Jones, I think, probably in now. He's the throwing quarterback. He is. He'll take it. He will throw. It's the little hook and ladder. It's caught at the 40 across midfield. Chatfield into Erie territory at the 45. Good little thought process there. First completed pass of the day, and it's a little hook and ladder, and that was Narva that caught it, or that got the pitch anyways. He was lined up in the backfield and not even fully completing the process of a catch before he pitched it was the receiver out there for Chatfield, but a heck of a play.
Closer to a volleyball set on that play. An interesting play call as well. That shifts some momentum.
28 seconds left. Here's a little reverse on the inside. Oh, to the open field. Chatfield across the 30. 23 seconds left. Oh, man, if you are Erie, now you're getting a little bit nervous. The ball's on the 30. 23 seconds left. Chatfield driving.
It would not surprise me if they're playing for the field goal here. So if you're Erie at this point, it's time to get some penetration, stop him in the backfield, push him back a little bit, and hopefully it's out of field goal range for their kicker.
They'll do a tight set formation. There's the snap. Tigers get in the backfield, and they get a loss there, a loss of 2. And I can't tell who the ball carrier was. Now a timeout by Chatfield. That is their final timeout. And I think that was Narva. I don't think Jake, was it Marshall? Who was that?
Was Narva. That was Narva.
Yeah, that was Narva. Narva, only a freshman. He's going to be a good one for Chatfield. Marshall out there. So yeah, you got to imagine he's playing with one shoulder. If you're Marshall, you definitely can't carry the ball. If it's not a collarbone, it's maybe a separated shoulder. It didn't look good.
It did not look good. And when you go to grab your shoulder immediately, whether you're a player or a coach, you immediately cause for concern.
18 seconds left. 2nd and 12. Ball on the Erie 32, right smack dab between the hashes in the middle of the field. That was the last timeout for Chatfield. And so
I don't think they will be running. I believe they should be looking for passes here.
I don't see how you can run it here. Maybe a trick play. It is Jones that's back there. He's the passing player. He'll take it. He's going to throw the pass. He's going to load one up deep for the end zone. Open. Touchdown. Touchdown Chatfield with 11 seconds left.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. It was Trey Kana in coverage. It was thrown over the wrong shoulder, and a huge adjustment, turnaround and catch there. And it was Drew Rollman that makes the catch on the 32-yard touchdown pass. And heartbreaking as the extra point is up and good. You have 11 seconds left. If you are Erie, here's what you got to hope for: a touchdown on the kick return, because throwing a bomb deep in your own end, and you'd have to run 2 plays, the percentages are not in Erie's favor.
Nope, and it wouldn't surprise me if Chatfield attempted some kind of squib kick, pooch kick, something that makes sure that even if somehow the return man gets the ball, there's not much time between him and when the defenders will get down the field. So
only the 3rd pass attempt of the game, and it is a touchdown. And man, what do you do if you're Chatfield? You squib it? I mean, there's 11 seconds left. The Tigers have timeouts. They can at least advance it a little bit. Barnett has a big arm, and you saw Oxiger moss someone. So that would be even crazier than last week. Here comes the kick, adrenaline and all. It's a little burner. It's going to be fielded. Tigers have it at the 15. It's Kana up the near sideline. Kana across the 35, and he spills out of bounds. Ooh, and a second came off the clock. 6 seconds left. That's it. Man, I thought that was 7 seconds left. Every second matters monumentally here. And the Charger fans jumping up and down. If you're Erie, I think you might as well burn a timeout here. Do you run hook and ladder? The Tigers have that with Ryan McConnell, of all people. But I don't know. I tell you what, Tiger fan, you just can't give up the touchdown, and that's what happened, and that's the difference. And unless we see a mile-high miracle, we will see the Tigers' season end in heartbreaking defeat.
You just go back and watch those plays, and you know the Tigers, you were selling out for the run this top of the game. It had to have been in the back of their minds that, hey, these guys can still throw the ball. They don't throw it a ton, but they can still throw the ball. And that last throw, it was unguardable for the defensive back trying to cover that route. That was thrown. Either the receiver was going to catch the ball or no one was going to catch the ball.
So here we go. The Chargers playing way soft. Ball spotted at the 37. Barnett will throw the quick out. Lettuce has it, and he's out of bounds, and that only took 3 seconds. And so they'll at least advance the ball up the field 9 yards. And this will be the last play of the game. Last play, barring a defensive penalty.
Could we see maybe a New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins type of game? Some laterals back and forth to get them down the field.
You almost could set up a little swing. Instead, they'll throw the Hail Mary. Barnett throws it as far as he can. It's tipped. Oh, man, and Gage Nichols had his hand on it, and the ball will fall incomplete, and that will end the game and heartbreak hotel for Erie Tigers. And the tears welling up in the eyes of the Tigers, and an outstanding season ends in heartbreaking fashion in a crazy, crazy game. Alex, you got a feel for these kids, but how about Chatfield? They are your 4A 2021 state champions. It came down to the last play. What a game.
And you don't want to hear it if you're Erie. There was a heck of a game from both sides. Both teams played their absolute heart out. And in this particular scenario, Chatfield just came out on top. If you're Erie, though, don't hang your head low. That was an amazing game. That was incredible hard, that last drive, to not only tie the game, but to do so on such a spectacular catch. You could not have asked for a better drive on offense for Erie. It just, unfortunately, was followed up by a great possession by Chatfield on the opposite side. And it's tough, man. Those losses just, they sting that much more. And I can't even imagine what the sting will be for losing this championship game. But if you're Erie, lots of things to look at as the positives. You played your heart out. You had a great offensive game. You were able to limit them offensively as well at times. And if I'm Erie, I'm coming out next season, and I've got a lot of optimism thinking towards the state title next year.
Yeah, real quick, you have that list of seniors. It's a long one. The Tigers, we'll read off a couple names. Carter Moak, Caleb Foster, Ben Cisneros. You have John Pastore, Josh Randolph, a senior, playing in his last game for the Tigers. You have Gavin Malik, Aiden Oxiger, Gage Nichols, Caleb Thiesen, Jet Cooper, Cone Nazari, Trevor Newland, Sean Thomas Francisco, Dom Dotavio, Logan Kirchner, and CJ Reeves, all seniors for this Tigers squad. And they have played their last game in an Erie uniform, and man, I can't think of a tougher way to go out. But as you mentioned there, Alex, it's the type of loss that you hope fuels your off season.
For sure. And for those seniors that are out there, you know, they gave their heart, they gave it their all, and now it would just be some great time to leave some parting words, and you will never forget this memory. Even if you didn't come out on top on this game, the seniors can at least think, wow, I can't believe I went back in 2021 and we almost beat Chatfield at Mile High Stadium in Denver. And it just sucks to end that way, but you're right, you're absolutely right. You hope this leads towards the next, hopefully a follow-up trip to Mile High Stadium next year for Erie.
All right, Tiger fans, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back and wrap things up here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Jake Marshall just named the player of the game for Chatfield. And tough scene, still a lot of Tigers on a knee. just tough one. If you're a Tiger fan, you follow this team, it just seemed like they had the championship DNA. They fought back, and unfortunately you give up a late touchdown in a close game, and just not enough time on the clock.
It's that magic that you felt, that magic, that last drive. You just felt all of a sudden things just shifted Erie's way, and then it's just brutal. There's no other way to describe it other than just being just brutal, and it's going to be a tough couple weeks for those players out there to get over it for sure.
Well, let's go over some of the numbers in this one. I think we're probably way off on numbers. I got a little distracted there at the end. Unofficially, Blake Barnett, 222 through the air, 156 on the ground. Did have a couple of interceptions, also threw for that touchdown to Aiden Oxiger. And man, I reflect back on this game. You think about the chances the Tigers squandered. 2 huge interceptions. They turned it over on downs to start this half at the 11, and then Chatfield's able to drive all the way down and score right after that. So they go 89 yards after the Tigers drove it themselves almost 90 yards or 80 yards down the field. Just a tough pill to swallow. You reflect on this game. This isn't going to sit well with the Tiger players because the game was there. Just Chatfield made the plays that you have to win a state championship.
I mean, especially on hearing those turnovers and hearing the turnovers on down, you're hoping that you can just overcome that those last little mistakes that you made earlier on. But it's really tough to overcome turning over the ball, whether on downs or via interception, at least 4 times, and almost a 5th time on that run down the field and where the Tigers almost recovered it. It's important to play fundamental sound football. Erie was a magical team. They had so much energy and so much passion going into that last little drive, but in the end of it, it almost felt like those turnovers were the root cause.
Coach Geiger addressed the team. Blake, I heard you try and radio in. I don't know if you have anything for us. Go ahead. And Blake, we're not hearing you. Maybe just unplug your headset and talk directly into the walkie-talkie. We'll get some final thoughts from Blake Donaldson. Unplug your walkie-talkie headset there, Blake. Go for it. We don't hear you talking. Go ahead if you're ready. And for some reason, did you unplug the head? Okay, this is bad radio right now, folks. We'll try one more time and see if Blake can completely disconnect the headset from the walkie-talkie and talk directly into the walkie-talkie, holding that side button. And for some reason, we hear you coming in but not coming through, so that's weird. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here in this 4A state championship game. The final score, one more time, 41-34, Chatfield victorious. And that's going to do it for us here on the broadcast. A special thanks to all of the students that helped make this broadcast possible. Thanks to Coach Geiger and Coach Wuching for their access to the team throughout the season. A special thanks to Chad Jamison, who always works with us. The team videographer helps put together those highlights. And of course, a special thanks today to Alex Dotson, who flew in from Utah, from Provo, Utah, and to Blake Donaldson for doing our sideline reporting. For all of them and everyone across the Erie Tiger Network, I'm Brandon Bird. And until next time, Tiger fans, I'll chirp at you later.